top five.
Yeah, girl, you ready to do this? You ready to count this thing down? We're doing the top five, her. Yeah, let's set it off with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ranked Top 5 Lists of Stuff That Don't Matter. I'm your host, Tuong Law, and I'm just thrilled and excited. This has been so long since we've had this crew in this podcast, and I cannot wait to just dive right in and start talking and arguing and breaking friendships, because we always mend them at the end of the show and afterwards, right? We're the type of friends and people who really like to get into it, but when it's all said and done, you know, we're just besties like that. My first bestie, if you will, is Insane Maine MacDonald, Angus MacDonald here.
Hey, it's me, the Insane Maine.
Yeah.
Tuong, I do always think of our relationship on this show as kind of like anime rivals.
Yeah.
Where we're like friends, but we push each other to go beyond our limits and really get better.
We get better because of it.
Yeah, exactly.
2 comments. One of them, we got a comment on your mane, of course.
Yeah.
Your hair's only gotten longer. Right now it's kind of done up and stuff like that. But people need to know why you're the Insane Maine.
Yeah, well, it's because my hair is long and I am clinically insane.
That's right.
So yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And some say that it's the hair because I got a hair transplant from a death row inmate.
Oh my God.
And some I don't know if I've
That's
ever
like
told
that Simpsons episode.
It's exactly like that Simpsons episode. Except my guy wasn't named Snake. He was named Crowbar.
I love it.
Yeah. So I got this guy, death row. They ripped that hair off there. Yeah. I get it on my head. And and it's kind of just been urging me to kill and steal and burn things. But
so when you leave a group of friends, do you also go bye?
Usually. Oh, bye.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to mention very quickly is I do remember a podcast. I forget which one. It was pretty late in the show, but there was one time. Yeah, we do push each other in this show, and there was one time you messaged me and you thought I was actually angry at you.
Yeah,
and that always stuck with me because I'm like, we're getting somewhere. We want to reach this point in our relationship.
Well, if I remember correctly, it's because you called me Boromir in an episode, which, hey, Boromir's fine, but like,
that was the tipping point.
I don't feel like a Boromir. It's like, okay, there's 9 guys, 9 really solid people, except for one of them's a piece of shit.
He's
and
awesome.
Sure, he gets redeemed in the end, but he also dies terribly.
Oh, wait, another voice in the pod cavern?
How about this? Of course. Do you want me to intro this?
Sure. And then you can tell me the how about this part of it.
No. Well, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
My hair is telling me to kill, but it's fine. It's fine. Please welcome to the show, the podcast, the pod cavern, if you will, the reigning champion of being rowdy on this show, Samantha Leggatt.
Wow, reigning champion. How do you like that title?
Of being rowdy.
I don't know how I feel about that title.
Oh, interesting. You don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, because I was blacked out. I don't know what I
I didn't mean that time. I just meant generally.
You just meant in general. I was gonna warn you all that I was feeling like extra sassy today. So
I can't wait.
Wow. And I was way off. How dare I?
Yeah.
Unlike every other time, right?
Sam, welcome back into the pod cavern. Welcome back to Ranked. I feel like we talk every few days because of Disney Dummies anyways, but this has been a while since a Ranked episode. So
you guys do another podcast together, just the two of you?
With Lauren and Chad as well, and it's a hit podcast.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really big in Australia.
Oh, it's big in Australia.
Yeah, it's pretty good in Australia. Yeah.
Illinois.
Crikey. Sam, can you introduce the final guest in the pod cavern?
Yes, our final guest looks really ready to go here. It's Leslie Lucky Charms Cserepy.
In 1982, a crack rank Mando unit was sent to prison by a ranketary court for a rank they didn't commit. These rankers promptly rank-scaped from a maximum security rankade to the Los Rangeles Underground. Today, still wanted by the Ranknerment, they rank Vive as rankers of fortune. If you have a ranking, if no one else can rank, and if you can rank them, maybe you can rank the A-Team Ranked Nation! Hey.
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 Hey, Leslie. Wow.
How's it going? Good to be back.
That was quite an introduction, and also wasn't a song. Like, you didn't sing it.
I mean,
you didn't sing anything.
it's a pretty famous intro.
It had music.
It had music. Right. So that's all it takes to be a song. You don't actually have to sing anything. You just have to have music in the background.
Yeah, that's right. You know, doesn't take much. That took shockingly long to prepare.
Yeah.
You wrote that. It wasn't off the cuff.
No, that was all off the top of the dome. I'm back, Ranked Nation. It's good to be back, Tug. It's good to be back with the A-Team. Of course, the A-Team doesn't know, Tongue, that I'm out of Pod Cavern jail. I was in Pod Cavern jail for so long, you guys. Over a year.
Yep.
Over a year, I was in Pod Cavern jail. I finally got out. I got my first ep in a few weeks back, and now I'm back. I'm ranking. I'm opening stores. I'm cutting ribbons as the mayor.
Well,
I'm back, baby.
Can you still be the mayor when you went to jail? Like, don't you have to reapply?
Sideshow Bob did it.
Exactly. Thank you, Sam.
Okay, all right.
The sideshow. I went to court and I said, I'm doing the Sideshow Bob defense.
And Tongue, he is dressed like a sriracha bottle, so I think that kind of rules it out. You know, I think he's kind of good then.
Actually,
I think he's
sriracha
Pink
bottle,
top, green hat.
I was gonna say sriracha bottles have a white top now, but that's
What?
just it's
Wait,
Well,
are you serious?
kind of only kind of. I
you
say that
serious?
because
The company is back now.
the company's back. So
Wait,
there's
wait,
been a
Fong
lot
is back.
okay.
They went somewhere?
It went somewhere. They
It
went
went
dark.
somewhere. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. And that's where Leslie has been.
Wow.
He was
Why was he
investigating.
sent to jail?
Oh, well, Leslie, you know what you did.
Yeah, Angus, Sam, you guys don't know this, but basically a group of my followers tried to storm the Pod Cavern in early January sometime last year. It was sometime in early January.
Certainly.
We can't really figure out.
Certainly they weren't prideful while they did it, were they? Or proud even?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was lots. Yeah. And, you
Lots
know,
of fun.
so they sent me to Pod Cavern jail. I
Wow.
did my bid.
Mhm.
I did my time.
Yeah.
Got a lot of reading done.
Wow. What did you read?
A book called Whale Fall, where a
Whale
guy gets
Fall.
swallowed by a whale for
Okay.
real.
Pinocchio. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Real. My apologies.
I thought you were gonna say you read a lot of the front of cereal boxes, but that would have been a great way to get right in there. But it's okay. You're
No, but he didn't say that.
You didn't
so.
say it.
But
You
I didn't say
it.
that.
You didn't have to because you're.
What I
other
did
book-
read
Yeah.
was the game, that great
Yeah.
novel about, you know, just spitting game.
What about what did you eat while you were in prison?
A lot of corn.
Yeah.
A lot of hush puppies.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Seems another spot where we could have
We
gotten
could have
into.
just.
That's
It's
fine.
fine. It's fine. We're almost
No,
there.
Sam, do you have a question about jail? What I've been through?
You
Sam?
drink.
What did I drink?
Yeah. What'd you drink?
Yeah. What are you drinking in jail?
And was it cereal?
Everyone, we're doing top 5 cereal. Well, let me. It's not that. That's not the topic. But let
Wait,
me
it's not
first-
that.
It's top 5 cereal mascots. But I
Yeah,
do want
okay.
to say I was going to stop at cereal, but I wanted to kind of like rewind
We
a
already did
second
that one.
because we did that one. This group talked about cereal in the past, and
Yeah.
it was one of the episodes that kind of broke this team. Honestly,
Oh, God.
It
Out of
shattered us.
curiosity, do you remember where that fell in the top 101 episodes?
It was probably far back.
It
Okay,
should
that
be
was-
by like the end.
Yeah, it's a terrible
It was
episode.
far back, but it was an episode. We were all really excited about it because, hey, listen, we all love cereal. We used to. I eat adult cereal now, which is super boring. But I mean, I
Is
used
that
to
like
eat
horny? What is adult cereal?
yeah, it's just R-rated
dicks and
cereal.
boobs
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Honestly, I'd do that.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Vector, boo. Anyways,
Jesus.
We all love cereal, and we think that guy didn't do it. as a podcast, we think that guy is innocent, and we think that guy.
Which guy?
Yeah, which guy are we talking about?
The guy from Cereal. The guy from Cereal.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The first podcast.
Adnan Syed.
Yeah.
Oh, Cereal. Of course.
I haven't
Very
listened
good.
to it.
Very good. But look, we have an attachment to Cereal, this gang, this group over here. And I was thinking, we just did a sports mascot episode, and that was really fun. Leslie, you and I did food mascots at one point. But then I started really kind of thinking, I'm like, we kind of did cereal mascots kind of dirty on food mascots on that episode. Food mascots was a huge net, but if we like kind of condense that, there's a ton of fucking weirdos on cereal boxes. And that's why I want to get this group together, reunited for the first time since, I don't even remember the last time we were all in the same
19
call.
Rankedy 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're doing top 5
Yeah, you heard the intro.
cereal mascots.
I think I was also in ranked jail.
A lot of people were in ranked jail. I locked myself up just to see how it would feel.
I was ranked dead in a field with a bunch of arrows in me.
Okay.
Boromir.
You're Boromir, yes, of course, of course.
Thirsty. I'm just gonna take a drink.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's
Wow.
a totally visual bit that the listeners can't get at all.
I like it. It's a stein
like
that we gave Leslie for our wedding day for being our MC, and it says fucks at the bottom, and I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
that
every
was
time
really
I
cool.
drink, people know that I fuck.
Yeah,
That was really cool. Because like Leslie, he was the MC at your wedding, and of course Sam read a bunch of wonderful poetry, and you wouldn't even let me hold the ring.
No, but you
Another Boromir.
did let me, shoot you with a bunch of arrows that day for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you kissed me on the forehead. It was very nice. It was very nice.
Cereal mascots, everyone. Let's go into ground rules for cereal mascots. The one kind of ground rule that I could think of, because otherwise it feels like it's self-explanatory. Actually, I have two. One is that the cereal doesn't need to exist anymore. It could be from any point in time. And the other thing is that the cereal itself does not matter. Like, I mean, maybe we can factor in later, but we're ranking the mascot themselves.
Yes, 100%.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Any other
The
ground
food
rules?
itself, the food itself does not matter. I want to throw one out there. I don't think any of us are going to go there because it seems like a waste of a nomination. But there are times where certain characters from other properties get like a limited cereal run. And while I won't probably support any of those, I guess you could nominate them. But like, I don't know. It seems like a bit of a waste,
I think it would count, but I would agree that it could be a waste, especially if it's a limited run. Yeah.
Yeah. You know? Okay.
Also, this also seems like self-explanatory, but if it's a group of mascots on one box, then it's just one nomination.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Wow.
There's
Okay.
one that's
Oh, wow.
very
Okay.
obvious that...
I see. I thought you'd have to pick one of the Burger King Kids
Yeah,
Club
yeah.
characters.
Any other ground rules, Sam, Leslie?
I think, and we could get into this with the ranking, but I think on some level, the adventures that these mascots have should factor in, because it's not just the mascot itself, right? It's also the fun things they do,
Yes.
which is part of the criteria that we're
The commercials
ranking
they've
here.
been in,
That
the
makes total
work
sense.
that they've done as a mascot, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, should we just get into it then?
Let's do it.
Let's rank some
Let's
shit.
rank some stuff, A-Team. Just like every episode are ranked, we're going to go around 3 times, nominating 3 nominations each, making a master list of 12, and whittling that down to a top 5 cereals mascots list. Ugh, it's terrible. That's what you get. That's what you get for trying to open a non-alcoholic beer on the show. So weak. So
Oh my God.
We'll try it again. Oh, no, we can't. That was my last one. So, all right. My first nomination. I'm going to come out trying to draw up some hidden feelings and rage that people had from our first or only other cereal episode, because I think this mascot is pretty rad, and his cereal made our number 1.
Wow.
But if we're just talking about the mascot, I think he's pretty great. It's Tony the Tiger.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Come
Okay.
on.
Dropped.
It's
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
when you take Frosted Flakes out of the equation, Tony the Tiger has a long history of being just a rad, buff dude who's also really cool.
He's buff.
He's buff.
If I'm not mistaken, they had to shut down his Twitter account because people were getting way too horny.
Horny for him? I
Dude,
believe
You
it.
guys remember that?
I didn't know this till today, but I was talking to some people at work. I was like, hey, favorite mascots and discuss. And in the group of us, someone was like, well, Tony's the hottest. And then someone else was like, yeah, Tony's definitely the hottest. And they're like, Tony's for the freaks. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I did not. I never heard.
Which is wild because the cereal's not for freaks, but
No.
Tony the Tiger
No.
definitely for freaks. I get
The
it.
cereal's pretty tame compared to the other ones, but Tony himself, I could see him being a
Also-
little bit of a freak for sure.
I just want to clear the air a little bit regarding the cereal episode. I don't think Frosted Flakes are a bad cereal.
No.
I think it's a fine cereal.
It is a fine
I think it's a
B-tier
solid
cereal.
number 3 on the list. But number 1 was just, I think, a shock to all of us. We were anyway. Tony
wa-
the Tiger,
Yeah.
excellent
It's
nomination.
a good nom.
Great
It is a good nom.
bandana.
Solid nom.
He is killer
Yeah.
at sports. I've seen on the internet that he is noted as the cereal daddy in a way.
Yeah.
Take that how you will, but I could see it. The guy fucks. Tony the Tiger fucks.
Oh, he definitely fucks.
I might have a nomination later that gives him a run for his fucking money. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
How-
Let's see that
your
out.
team-
Not gonna be my first nom.
You know what? Angus, go ahead. What is your first nomination?
My first nom, I think, okay, this is the harder argument for fucks, but my first nom is a mascot you guys might not know, but I feel so strongly about this mascot that I have to get him out there. I'm going to send you guys a picture because the name might not do it for you guys. My first nomination is Crazy Cravings, the mascot for Honeycombs.
That's
was going to be my first nom.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
It's that
Take a look at this
honeycomb. The guy,
Yeah.
right? It's that,
Oh,
like-
Oh my God.
dude.
I
This
You might not
guy.
Yes.
know this guy.
Yeah,
I remember-
I wasn't sure.
I remember Sam. I remember like I don't know why this like sticks with me, but it was like in one of the teasers that I cut for Ranked, and there was a part in the clip where Sam just goes honeycomb, honeycomb a few times, and that just stuck with me. So yes, I do
So-
know this freak.
Okay, I think I've
Dude,
I've
this
always
guy
had,
is a freak.
this guy is a freak.
Yo, such a freak.
And this guy
Look at his look at his pupils.
Yeah.
His pupils are dilated as shit.
Angus,
Yeah,
can you
he's got-
describe him for the audio listeners?
Well, so my affinity for him comes from I've always been a big fan of characters like the Tasmanian Devil or Animal from the Muppets, and I'm realizing now kind of plays into my backstory with my hair. I like crazy dudes, you know, and so he's this big ball of fur with a giant snout and face, arms and legs, but no real body distinction. He's just a big furry ball with arms and legs. He's got sneakers and he's got the biggest coked out eyes you've ever seen. I think, and his name is Crazy Cravings, which is,
Crazy cravings.
yeah.
I had him written down as the Craver.
Is he called the Craver?
I don't know. I had the
interesting.
Craver, aka the Honeycomb Craver, or Crazy Craving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, Crazy-
he's gotta be- he's
Crazy
gotta be
Cravings
named.
was my father. Please call me the Craver.
Do you prefer Crazy or Mr. Cravings?
I see a Google image just underneath the one that you sent, Angus, of
Yes.
Crazy Craving having a bunch of piano keys in his mouth.
Yes. Well, that's in the commercials. He was this whirlwind character. He often got people very hyped up and stuff like that, as you do with Honeycombs. And he, I believe, smashes into a piano at some point and has the classic like Looney Tunes mouthful of piano keys.
Mhm.
Just
So
a fun guy.
He's actually, I was reading up on him. Not only is he just like an agent of chaos, but he is actually the children, when they get so hungry,
Yes.
they transform into him.
Oh,
Yes,
holy
which is
shit.
also-
Many of
yeah.
them. There's a
So
lot of
he's-
them out there.
He's also kind of like a werewolf in that way. And you guys know how much I
Yeah.
love werewolves.
Yeah, oh yeah. Big
So-
werewolf head.
Big werewolf head I'm wearing right now. Yes.
Can I please read this little excerpt?
I want nothing more. I want
Please.
nothing more than for you
I
to
read
read.
a
Please.
whole article about this guy. The Craver is described by Doplex as a horrifying abomination that God left unfinished and one that the world and his creators want you to forget. This may sound harsh, but revisiting footage of the Craver backs up the description. The mascot comes to life in commercials where children experience a hunger so all-consuming that they transform, werewolf-like, into a furry, cereal mad creature that shouts, "Me want honeycomb," until its demands are met.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Sam, thank you so much.
Frightening.
I really do appreciate that. I love this character because when I was a kid and I saw like gushers where like the kid would eat it and then their head would turn into a giant fruit, I found that kind of upsetting. But turning into the Craver, fine by me.
Yeah.
Fine by me. Sign me up.
And who among us hasn't turned into the Craver at one point in their lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking
For
at
honeycomb, I'm not sure. But
well, hey,
certainly
now
for other things.
Honeycomb, hey,
I
don't knock the comb, baby.
But we're not talking about the
We're
cereal.
not talking about the cereal, but I'm not knocking
Also,
the comb. I like the comb.
Honeycomb probably could have been on the list. To
Hey,
be honest, a
hey,
big fan. Big fan.
A lot of things could have
Big
changed for
fan
that
of the
episode.
honeycomb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a thick cereal. That's a
Something-
thick cereal.
Like
something to
Holds
keep in
up to the
mind.
milk.
Something to keep in mind, but it's not that important, is that I guess Crazy Craving has retired because you don't see him on boxes anymore. But
No, that's fair. He
But-
was too upsetting.
that's
Yeah.
Well, was he ever on the box?
I think he was more of a. I don't think he was.
Yeah, I think he was more of a commercial.
I think he was a commercial.
Guy.
a commercial
mascot.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't want his face on a box.
I
You're
think
right.
he'd be.
No.
I think if he was on the box, they wouldn't be able to keep.
he
it on
couldn't
the
sit
shelves.
still for the picture. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
taking a
yeah.
picture of the box. Ah, fuck it. No, you're not on the box, man.
He worked it into his contract for sure.
No.
Sam, first nomination.
All right. So that was going to be mine. My
Damn.
next, it's okay. It's okay. My next is kind of following suit in the like just weird, crazy little guy. This is a crazy little guy. So I'm going to venture into the world of sentient cereal pieces.
Ooh.
And go with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch crazy square guys.
I didn't even think about them.
Yeah, those
I'll
fuckers.
send a photo in the chat. But listeners at home, they are essentially just a square with eyes and a little mouth, and they're very cute.
They're a piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
They are a piece of the cereal.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
which
best
is
cereal, some
fair.
would say.
Yeah. So they're just like this little guy. The
You sent
commercials are
a
all
cute photo. I've seen the boxes as of late, and they got crazy craving energy
Oh, I
now.
feel like that's what they look like. Is that not-
yeah, they vary. I think
Oh, there it is.
recently they kind of look like that little guy. I'll post a little YouTube clip for a commercial too. But I think a lot of their stuff, it's not very narrative. It's more fun gags because they are just like little squares doing things. And I like that about them because they feel very cartoony and derpy and just like have one shared brain cell. And so I'm all about that in a character. And I feel like representation of the the cereal come to life matters.
Now,
so
careful, Tongue. A couple of the ones you sent are French Toast Crunch.
Oh,
The inferior
Oh.
cereal.
I mean,
no,
you
okay.
say
we're
that.
not having this.
I know. I'm so sorry.
We're not having this.
We're not-
You're walking on ice.
Everyone put your guns away. Put
Sorry.
the guns down.
guns down on
Put
the table.
your cereal spoon away, Angus.
Okay.
Anyways, they're really cute, and it's really fun to think of my piece of cereal having a really long tongue, like in these photos.
Oh,
Like,
they
I
have
don't
little
know.
names too. There's Slurp and Cinnamonster and
Oz. Yeah.
Of course, you know
yeah.
I like the Cinnamonster. No, this is an excellent nom, Sam.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that is good. Is covered in
Frosting.
frosting.
It's frosting.
It's frosting.
frosting.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
frosting.
you're right. It is frosting. Sorry, it's frosting. Leslie, what do you have as your first nomination?
All right. Well, you guys fucked up because I got the coolest. I got the coolest mascots for a cereal. Now, this cereal, I'm not necessarily a fan of. I ate it, but I'm not a real fan of the cereal. But I was looking up cereal mascots today, and I came across these two guys, and I was like, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The cereal, Apple Jacks. The mascots, Cinnamon and Bad Apple. I'm dropping a YouTube link.
Okay.
You will not believe the shit Cinnamon does in the... Now, Cinnamon is a Jamaican cinnamon stick,
I love it already.
and Bad Apple is like a New York Bronx guy with an attitude, but is an apple.
Yeah.
And they just get in crazy adventures and chases. Cinnamon Stick jumps through a sewer grate because he's thin and
Yeah.
he can fit through the bars. And They're 3D, which is the coolest fucking thing.
They're also claymation.
Mascot 3D claymation, anything that's 3D that looks different. As a kid, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Cinnamon and Bad Apple.
The good 3D from back in the day, not like the
the reboot 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look amazing. They get into all sorts of crazy adventures. They're running through cities. They're breaking through walls. They're jumping through sewer grates. And eventually, Cinnamon goes into Bad Apple and is a cinnamon stick running through the apple.
So he like fucks him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You're really winning me over. I don't know if I've ever had Apple Jacks or
They're good.
whatever they're.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, I guess I should.
If you like apples and
I mean, I like cinnamon, mon.
cinnamon mon.
So I had these. This is funny. When I was like originally doing research, I was like looking up stuff and making notes about my favorite guys. And then I had made a note being like, okay, but worst mascots. And I originally put these two, but then I came across them later. And it changed my mind completely.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, no, these deserve to be on the... Because I didn't realize Cinnamon was like this Jamaican cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
And this accident-prone apple. And I've been looking at... So here's where I'm bringing this up. Because the newer, they've like remodeled since. Like the ones you're sharing, I agree. Amazing.
They've remodeled?
Yes. They've had a run. So I'm going to share a picture.
Share it. And then we'll have to describe it.
Yeah, so I will describe it.
And we will do a great job, listeners. Don't you worry. And
So-
and it's important to take care of the listeners, right? Because we care about the listeners of the Pod Cavern, and we don't say things like, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're out there listening in your little ear holes, doing your dishes
early in the show.
on your work commute, we're gonna say, fuck you.
Wow. Leslie usually saves this for the second half of the show. This is
It's a crucial moment.
It's a crucial moment.
I think if you've been in Pod Cavern jail as long as he has, when you get out,
you're itching for it.
Yeah.
I have to say, Sam, this is an incredibly
the downgrade is insane from the old guys to the new guys.
It's they removed all the character from them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
mine is still loading. That sucks.
He's no longer Jamaican.
A bummer.
Which probably isn't okay.
No, he's not Jamaican anymore. But they also feel like clip art a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So they don't look like they have any real personality.
And I mean this in a literal sense too. They have like no edges. You know what I mean? Like there's no edge to them. Like they're just so smooth and polished that it's frankly disgusting.
I think the best way to describe it is that like the two original ones look like they smoke weed constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And the other ones are like, the children, the next generation who are like, drugs are bad. That's
there it is. Oh yeah, that's bad. That's terrible. That looks,
and that's why I had it on worst. And then I came across the old guys, and I was like, "Oh, this rules."
Yeah.
But why they suck so hard now? But yeah.
I was trying to look up the image while it wasn't loading, and I came across this one, and I thought you were talking about this one.
This is like MS Paint. Still better, honestly.
It's honestly, much better. Much better.
What is
and
it,
don't worry,
Leslie?
Tongue is going to post all of these pictures.
Oh, I am.
Of course.
Tongue is going to diligently go through all our
MS
garbage
Paint
and
shit where the apple has a gun.
So don't worry. If you're wondering what these mascots look like, you can go to the Pod Cavern website.
You can literally draw a rectangle that's brown with a face on it.
That's
and I guess a Jamaican hat in MS Paint, and that's what it was.
Great nom, Les.
Great nom.
Thank you, Cinnamon. Bad Apple. Tongue, what you got?
Well, let's go into round 2. I like this energy of like the freaks. We have a lot of freaks. I was gonna save some freaky ones till later. Kind of like ease in with like a daddy cereal mascot, and get into. I had another one, but I mean, I think he has energies a little bit more. I mean, Tony the Tiger already encapsulates so much of that daddy energy, and I want to go into something different. I want to go into a mascot that has. How do you describe it? This is kind of what you were talking about, Angus. This idea of this character that might be in different properties, but also ends up having a cereal. But
Okay.
this particular mascot is still doing it. So that's why I feel confident that the Flintstones have to be mentioned, because Fred Flintstone has been doing this Pebbles shit for a long ass time, and it should be commemorated. Whatever, he has his
and I
own
remember
TV
the
show and
commercials.
shit.
No, this is a good one.
But-
I didn't even think of these guys when I was talking about this. I was thinking of a different Yahoo character.
Yes,
and I was just like, that's just a terrible nom, frankly.
No.
But this is a good nom. I like these guys.
I went to Shoppers Drug Mart today and I was like, holy shit, there it is. Pebbles cereal right there. And, there's different types, Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles. And the cool thing is, like, Pebbles is like the name of like Fred and Wilma's daughter. That's why they rebranded and they're like, Pebbles cereal. We'll call it Pebbles. It used to be called something else. It had like a very unremarkable name before the Flintstones even like got into it. But yeah,
I gotta say too, the narrative of the commercials, like Barney always trying to steal Fred's "Mom, my Pebbles."
Yes, that's right.
Like that stuck with me, and that's been working for like 50 years now.
Yeah, and they'll do some hand-drawn animation, especially in the beginning and stuff like that. I always love when a commercial has a story, tells a story, and they just tell that story, the one Angus just said, but it's
it's pretty simple.
They
but
do it
hey,
in different ways. Certainly. Leslie, what did you just post in here?
That is, it's the testament to Fred Flintstone as a great businessman, and one that can really just sell anything. You could sell cereal, or you could sell. Do we have the audio of this, Tuong? I don't.
I don't. I'm not sharing.
I
audio.
do.
We'll figure it out. But it's a commercial of Fred Flintstone selling cigarettes.
You know what? This is a great moment to then bring up Fred Flintstone selling cigarettes, because one of my friends I asked in the chat about cereals earlier today was like, it's hard to say because my grown-up brain is just jaded and against the use of mascots to manipulate children into eating garbage, which I feel like is what Fred Flintstone does, and most of these other people. Maybe not the crazy ones, but I don't know. So it's just like, oh, that's a good. And also, I'd like to shout out Fruity Pebbles. I don't know if this is a good shout out or a bad shout out, but Fruity Pebbles is the only one with females on the box.
Is that true?
I was like,
wow.
Really?
Well, I was trying to look up. I was like, all of these noms are going to be dudes, and there's like a creepy crawly lady that I found.
Ooh.
But she's not that cool. She's like a
Now hang on.
runoff of.
We don't know what gender the cinnamon CT Crunch guys
Oh,
are.
you're right.
This is true.
You're right.
True.
The
And all of us,
squares are
we all have a
androgynous.
craver inside of us, you know?
Yes.
True. And that's
we
why
all
I
do.
like those ones,
Yeah.
maybe. But anyways, I was trying to find, because I was like, oh, this is interesting. I of all these things I've come up with, none are women. But Fruity Pebbles uses Wilma and Betty.
Is it Betty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betty and
Yeah.
Wilma. So that's one of the cereals that has ladies on it.
Hey, man.
So shout out to them.
Shout out to
Shout
them.
out.
Shout out to the Flintstones. And now I want a cigarette. I just you sold
Honestly,
me,
just
Leslie.
a nice,
God, you know?
cool, crisp.
They're smooth going down.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty bad. They're just like both smoking cigarettes while they're watching their wives work in the garden.
Work.
Yeah. And that's the Flintstones. That's
the
Fred.
Flintstones for you.
That's old Fred
They're your
for you.
everyday family.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, actually, Tuong and I, as both married men, we can attest that that's what married life is like. It's a lot of smoking cigarettes outside while your wife does.
Absolutely. And then eating a
It's-
bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
Angus, what do you got as your second nomination?
It's time, guys. I'm gonna nominate the mascot that I think fucks.
Here we go. Strap in, America.
Strap in and strap on. I think this guy, the Sugar Crisp Bear.
That's the
Oh,
that
wow.
was the guy I was gonna
Angus,
nominate.
that's my next nomination.
no way.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh, that's hilarious. That was
Wait a minute.
That was the guy I
I'm
was
so
talking about,
sorry.
Angus. The other daddy energy.
So I looked at Sarah, my lovely wife, earlier before coming on, and I was just like, I think I'm going to nominate the Sugar Crisp Bear because he fucks, right?
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
like, oh yeah. And then we both were just saying, can't get enough of that
Sugar Crisp.
A cereal I don't particularly care for, but that's not important.
No.
What's
One of the
important is
best
the mascot.
taglines
Yeah.
of a mascot.
Yeah.
Mottos, if you will.
Jingles. Kind of
solid.
a
I would say honestly up there with they're great. You know what I mean? I'm
Yes,
like
iconic.
Yeah.
even I remember my dad saying that around the house. We never bought Sugar Crisp, but my dad would say
Because
it
it's
in that,
terrible.
It's terrible. It's really bad.
It's
I
bad
would
cereal.
rather
Among probably one of the, if not the worst.
I mean, Vector's definitely worse than Sugar.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think so.
maybe like Wheat Bran or something like that,
but just the concept of this like crooning bear just can't get enough of that Sugar Crisp.
That was like one of the only cereals I had in my house.
What did you think
growing up? And like, I agree. When I like think about eating it, I'm like, yeah, I don't love it. Like, I feel like I grew up and we had the boringest cereals because we always just had Cheerios and Sugar Crisp. And like, I don't know, like flavor wise of those, not talking mascots, like they're not really very exciting.
No.
But yeah, and now I'm wondering, I'm like, did we just buy? My mom must have liked Sugar Crisp, but in my head, I'm like, did we just buy this because the bear seduced us into
Do you think the bear
cereal?
was maybe like it was
maybe
charming your mom?
Yeah. Now. Yes.
Honestly, I do want to say, like, I think the Sugar Crisp bear fucks. Whereas I think like Tony, if I may, Tony the Tiger.
You can call him by his first name.
I think people want to fuck Tony. I think the Sugar Crisp bear wants to fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of people pine after Tony the Tiger, but I think I don't know, it's just so welcoming how he's holding out that hand
of Sugar Crisp cereal to
like,
you.
hey, come here,
Hey, yeah.
like I would feel safe eating out of his hand.
I would not.
Just a different cereal though.
Yeah, but I do agree that he has that like sexy energy to him because of his low voice that he has when he delivers that line. It's really good.
Nice.
It's really nice. It's really nice.
That's my nom.
Great.
Good one.
Sam.
Good one.
Sorry, Sam, stealing all your noms.
I know you really are, which has forced me to like think on my feet here because I have one.
I think he hacked. I think he hacked into it.
I know. I think yeah. So
I am a hacker. Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's a black hat on his head.
I've got two here from like a similar thing, and I'm like, which one? Because one I just think is cuter, but one is definitely a little more iconic.
You
so
might
you know
be
what?
able to nominate them both, Sam, because we still
I
have
might.
another
I
round.
have another round.
Yeah.
You're right. So,
Sam, go with your heart.
You know
Go with your
what?
heart.
No, I'm gonna go with
Yeah. Say no to the hacker.
it's
Say
not-
no to the
it's
hacker.
not-
No, it's okay.
not in my heart. It's not in my heart. It's not like my hand is being forced
Well,
here.
I'm gonna nominate it then.
You probably, I don't know, maybe not.
We'll see.
So I'm gonna go with a classic. He's very old, very, very, very old. But as far as old mascots go, the cereal has stayed around. So he's got staying power, hard staying power from the 70s till today.
Oh my
Definitely
God.
some like upgrades, but not crazy.
Okay.
I'm going
Oh my God.
Count Chocula.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Let's go.
He's very old. He's a vampire.
Yeah, he's a vampire. He's very, very old. Anyways, I think the commercials from the 70s are like charming and just like so of their time, and I love them. They do feel, I mean, they're very like Rocky and Bullwinkle like feeling.
Totally.
So they are cartoons that definitely were used to manipulate children, but I love them. And he's obviously still made it because some of his counterparts, I don't know many people like eating their cereal, but like the popularity of Count Chocula is like really high, and like you could still go to the store and get Count Chocula, and he's got like a very unique look for a vampire, you know, as far he's got like the pointy thing, and he's just got such a teeth.
Very, very rare for a vampire.
Hair and like fancy
right.
shoes.
Fancy shoes.
He has
Look up
shoes?
a picture
Yeah,
of this guy.
I don't
He's
remember
got
him.
fancy shoes.
I don't remember him having shoes.
Of course he has shoes,
Of course
Tom.
he has shoes, guys.
Why does a
He's like
vampire
full-
need shoes?
a
He's always
full
behind the
character.
bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? He's probably like the cartooniest vampire we have out there, to be honest. Like depiction of like Nosferatu, like I mean maybe Hotel Transylvania or something now, but like he's like super cartoony and
and actually I will say he doesn't have pointy teeth. He has like big like beaver teeth now that I look at it.
I'll like send an old timey
Yeah.
link for a commercial here, but I also like, he's like, I feel like made it into the zeitgeist in pop culture because he's like on The Simpsons. They like use Count Chocula as
It's
a gag.
true.
Like he's like a popular dude. So
He does have shoes.
Yeah. Of course he has shoes.
This is the first nomination Laura thought of when I talked about this topic, which goes to show something because like she doesn't really like care for Count Chocula, but she knows Count Chocula like right away. It was the first thing. So
Did you guys see
this commercial says
He's
vitamin?
really-
It says the cereal is vitamin charged.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's definitely manipulation there, but it's
you guys-
chocolate and he has chocolate in his name. Like he's actually tied to the cereal.
It's
so-
true. Yeah, you know what you're gonna get in a box of Count Chocula.
You should click on the
You're gonna
link
get
I
some
sent.
Chocula.
oh yeah, there's a sexy anime drawing of Count Chocula that Angus
yeah.
sent here.
Also
wow.
daddy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Also
god.
daddy.
Yes.
Count Chocula
Yes.
does not look like that
So,
because there's pointy
have to
teeth in that photo.
Yeah, that's right.
Angus.
And nipple. Wow. I have to say, I've never, and I know like it doesn't, the quality of the cereal shouldn't matter.
No.
And doesn't matter. But I've never had Count Chocula in my life. I
Neither
had
have
tried
I.
a lot of cereals as a kid, and I was never won over by Count Chocula.
I wasn't either. I
But,
was
like-
a much bigger fan of another chocolate cereal, but I always appreciated what Count Chocula was doing, you know?
You know what? I think I appreciated him too. Of just like it was a nice constant of like good to see that guy out there.
that
you know?
that trick of turning your milk into chocolate milk blew my
Mm-hmm.
mind as a kid. I was like, why wouldn't you want this as your cereal? Anyways, but you
Yeah.
don't have milk with your cereal, right, Angus? Is that you?
I don't
That's it?
put milk in my cereal.
In your
when
cereal.
I used to be able to drink milk, I would drink a glass of milk while eating cereal.
Okay, yeah. So for Count Chocula, you wouldn't even be able to get your
No, I
milk.
would just pour a glass of chocolate milk.
You
but
wouldn't
they
put
don't
some
make
pebbles into your milk, stir it up, and then
pebbles.
throw it pebbles.
No, fruity pebbles. No, no.
I don't even know. Are they circles? Are they circles? Count Chocula? I can't remember.
I think they're
Or are they
bat
bats?
shaped.
Are they
No,
bats?
I think they're just like round things. Are there marshmallows? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Count Chocula.
Later he gets marshmallows and they're shaped like ghosts.
Later, that's so funny. That sounds like a power up in an anime. So well, later he gets marshmallows.
And it gets
Watching.
awesome,
Keep
dude.
watching.
He gets marshmallows
Dude,
and
it's
a
so
ghost.
sick.
He's
Dude,
sick.
it's so sick.
His second
Dude,
form is
it's
so
so
sick.
Second form, yeah.
That's great. That's great. And one more thing about Count Chocula, like Sam, you were saying, like he is the staying power of this whole. There was a whole era of monster cereal, which we might get into, we might not, but he is the one who stayed. Right? There's a few fun ones in there,
Save
but
it.
Save it.
Leslie?
Leslie, do you have a monster cereal mascot?
Boo. I do not.
Okay.
1902.
Oh,
You're out there, you're tolling the fields, sweating, hot days. You're working hard in 1902. And you decide, I need something to fuel me through the day. I'm going to get a good old box of something called Force cereal. Force. I'm going to force that into my mouth. And I'm going to get through this goddamn day in 1902 where I don't even have PlayStation yet. And you look at the box and you're like, God, I wish I had a better life. I'm out here in the fucking dumps. There's rats in my apartment because it's 1902. The mousetrap hasn't been invented yet. I don't know if that's true or not, but we can fact check that later. And then you see this guy and you're like, man, I wish I was like Sonny Jim. Look at this fucking idiot. He is incredible. So that's a ponytail coming out of the back of his head, but it looks like he just has a white spike emerging from the back.
It looks like
He's
his
got-
face is being pulled tight because of it.
Yes. He's got a monocle, maybe glasses, the pointiest nose that ever did see. He's dressed beautifully. Red jacket, yellow. He's got a yellow and red cane as well. A top hat. Well-dressed gentleman. Force. And what drew me to Sonny Jim? What drew me to Sonny Jim was that the creator actually came up with some backstory for Sonny Jim. And it's in the form of a poem, and I would like to read it because then you get to learn a little bit. Would you guys like to learn a little bit about Sonny Jim?
Hang on, is this one of those situations where if you read the poem, it's going to summon him?
No,
I don't. Oh, thank God. No, good. Then read away.
because I read it earlier today and he was not summoned.
Oh, thank
Unfortunately,
God. Okay, good.
yeah,
that we know of.
But
No,
now you're doing
I mean,
it in your bathroom, looking into a mirror.
This
Okay.
is true. Yeah,
Like, what if,
Hopefully.
like Leslie reads the poem and Sonny Jim like just enters Leslie's body. And who we're
wow!
talking
And then
to
we
right now.
we maybe get to hear
my
a bit
God.
of what it sounds like.
Okay, let's try it. Here
Yeah,
we go.
sure.
Here we go.
Do it.
So we're going to learn about Sonny Jim. Right now. Jim Dumps was a most unfriendly man who lived his life on the hermit plan. In his gloomy way, he'd gone through life and made the most of woe and strife. Till force one day was served to him. Since then, they've called him Sonny Jim.
Oh my God!
God.
Something's happening.
Read your children. What happened?
Hey,
Wow!
Leslie, are you
Wow!
okay?
That was
Leslie, are you okay?
What?
nothing. You just said you were gonna eat our children.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you? Okay.
No. That was me. Yeah, that,
That
was
was
me.
you.
That was, you know,
You rascal.
That's
So,
Leslie always threatens to eat her children. That's
can
just
I-
a really Leslie thing.
What was you say his name was Jim Dumps?
Jim Dumps.
Okay, so
So
can I
Sonny Jim is originally Jim Dumps.
Uh-huh. And with a little bit of force, he becomes Sonny. Okay,
That's
wait,
right.
can I give just a very brief part of my backstory as a kid?
Yeah.
Just super brief. In the like 7th or 8th grade, we had to do speeches for school, right? You know,
Your
you
real
don't-
name is Angus Shits. Is that
Don't get ahead of me. Don't get ahead of me. And so
Sorry.
no. So we had to pick topics and we had to get them approved by the teacher, and then we had to write speeches about them. And for some reason, I think I was just being lazy and I just like looked around the room and picked something. I picked cereal as my topic. And the teacher was like, oh, that actually sounds like that could be really interesting. Like talking about like the origin of cereal and kind of like where it came from and stuff. And I give this speech, and essentially the gist of it was that it was initially made so that people could shit. Like it was like it was not full on a laxative, but it was meant to be like introducing fiber into people's diets more commonly, so they could be more regular. And I give this speech, and it's just totally boring. It's incredibly boring. And the teacher's like, "Huh, I guess I thought it was going to be more interesting." And I was like, "Yeah, me too. It's so boring." And like I think that got me a decent grade just because I was so honest with the teacher. But Jim Dumps obviously brought that memory to the forefront.
Jim Dumps?
And
like
force
Force?
to
he just
kind of-
goes around.
Force cereal, is that what it's called?
force. Yeah.
Okay, some advertisements featured slogan says, better than a vacation. A different food for indifferent appetites. Whatever you say, wherever you've been, you can't beat the cereal that raised Sonny Jim.
That's great. That's the one.
High o'er the fence leaps Sonny Jim. Force is the food that raises him. And the last rhyme became a familiar catchphrase. Oh, when the skies are gray and grim, wake up and smile with Sonny Jim. See, like this is the thing I'm talking about. Rhymes.
Rhymes.
You know, how many mascots have rhymes?
It's true. Tony the Tiger, they're great.
Great.
That's just two.
Can't
two
get enough of
words.
that sugar, Chris.
You know.
You know? But
Yeah.
Sonny Jim? Jim Dumps?
Honeycomb, yeah.
Honey home.
Wow.
Is he wearing
Yeah,
a monocle
Sonny-
or is it glasses? I can't tell from.
That's just part of the
picture.
mystery, man.
Yeah.
That's we never know, and we will never know.
Sonny Jim's always going somewhere. That's why he's always drawn from the side, you know? You can never fully know Sonny Jim.
Angus, you're the closest person who can pull off Sonny Jim right now. You got the hair.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, that mane's doing wonders. Angus,
That's amazing.
do not
And I
read the
have to
poem.
shit.
Do not read the poem.
Do not read the poem, Angus. Do not read the poem.
We're going into the final round of nominations, the final round of Cereal Mascots. And listen, all, we all like our freaks. We're all nominating freaks today. And I see where the wind is blowing because you're all a bunch of freaks here. But there are no bigger freaks than my next nomination, which I'm going to post in the chat. They are the Freakies.
Yes, let's go. I totally had these guys on my list.
Oh, I'm getting an ad.
Is it the Freakies ad? Because that's
No.
what it's supposed to happen.
It was for Prison Dancer, the musical. Don't know what that is.
Same.
Not
Oh.
sure why I would have got.
Oh God,
Oh.
these guys! I've never seen this.
I don't
I've
know these
never
guys.
heard of these. I don't know what this is,
They-
and I fucking hate it.
Yes.
Oh, these guys are freaky.
These guys are freaks. The animation reminds me of the
Ew.
Hobbit movie.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that very
The
old
Ralph
Hop-
Bakshi one.
that
Yeah,
one, that very old one. But they just take it up a notch. And they all have names. I'll read you the names.
They kind of look like Garbage Pail Kids.
The green one is Boss Moss. The purple one is Gargle. The orange one is Grumble. Then we have a pink one called Goody Goody. And then we have one that looks like an octopus that's Ham Hose. And we have another green one that's Cow Mumble. And then a blue one called Snorkeldorf. And they are just a bunch of weirdos.
That's
I'm
real.
into these guys. I won't lie.
I don't like how lumpy they are.
They're very
I don't
warty.
don't like the cluster. Yeah, I have that tryptophobia thing.
Oh,
where,
really?
like, I don't like to see the clusters of
Cereal must be
circles
tough for you
together.
then. Yeah.
I don't actually eat a lot of cereal.
No.
Yeah, no, that grosses me out, and I hate them.
These guys remind me.
But the animation
Well,
is so good, Sam. At least give them credit for their commercial here.
Sam is gagging right now.
I like how
Visually
human
gagging.
the eyes are, but how alien the rest of them is. They remind me because the green guy looks a bit like Slimer too from like Ghostbusters.
Yes.
They remind me a bit of. They're giving me Gremlins or energy, or maybe even Ghoulies. Do you guys know Ghoulies? It was like the knockoff Gremlins.
Yes.
Yeah,
They remind me of those like the old raisin
Yes, the
commercials.
California
a
raisin.
little bit.
California
Yeah,
raisin.
the California
yeah,
raisin.
big raisin energy.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, everyone. This cereal entered the marketplace in 1972 and was discontinued in 1976. So they didn't have a long run
Wow.
time. But
Freakies.
they're freaks. They're in and out. And I just need to shout them out because we're nominating a bunch of freaks. I want to shout out the cereal mascots that we might have forgotten about through time. But I think just a fun thing about cereal mascots and back in the day is they all had kind of fun hand-drawn animation stuff. Fun, I use the word fun. This one's like kind of an acid trip of fucking animation, but I fucking love it. And they have weird names for whatever reason. Snorkeldorf.
Yeah, dude.
Leslie, have you in 1976? Okay.
Have I had freakies?
Actually, summon Sonny Jim and ask if he had any freakies before.
Oh, I fucked every freaky out there is. Cow Mumble gives great head. Oh, God, what?
Oh, jeez. I should stop.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Now, and we did establish earlier that voice wasn't.
That was me.
Jim
That
at
was
all.
me. That was not. Yeah.
Couldn't get a hold of him.
No. He's unavailable.
Angus, final nomination.
Final nomination. This one is a cereal that, well, doesn't matter. I like the cereal though, but another slogan that really worked, another kind of narrative to the commercials that I thought really worked. One that very well could be nominated by someone after me, but I'm ahead of you, so I'm going to nominate this guy. Just a big fan of this guy's work, and that guy is the Trix Rabbit.
Oh my God. I am
Oh.
so glad that you did nominate him because
Yeah.
I was going to nominate him next, but I had two left and I was like, oh no. I can't. So I'm glad.
So-
I'm glad you did that.
Sam, we're on a wavelength.
I know.
today.
It's the red.
It's
we're both
honestly,
wearing red.
It's a real Boromir and Pippin thing going on, you know? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's weird that Leslie didn't nominate the Trix Rabbit because he held a Trix box.
Trix box up. I won't lie.
That's correct. That's correct.
I thought maybe Leslie was going to be the one to nominate it, but I'm pleasantly surprised that it was on Sam's list. I think it's a really solid design for a character too, just from like a maybe Sam can speak a bit more to this from like a cartooning standpoint. There's a lot of ways of doing a rabbit, and yet I feel like the Trix Rabbit stands on his own. I don't ever think of him as like, oh, it's just Bugs Bunny, but fully white, you know? And then it goes into the commercials, that fact that it's like Trix, it's just for kids, you know? And it really does. It was like, I don't know, it felt like a cool thing as a kid. We're like, well, I'm a kid still, so I can eat these because, you know, they're Trix and they're
It's
just
a
for
good
kids.
gimmick. It's a good
gimmick.
Leslie, what are you
Yeah.
doing
It
with
is
the
a good-
box? They're for kids.
What's that?
They're for
Yeah,
kids,
Leslie,
dude.
actually,
What?
yeah.
What's
I
going
wanted to
on?
ask you
What's
about
up?
that.
Huh? What's
You're
up?
not eating any of those Trix, right? You just have the box to look at.
Dude, I snort that shit.
Okay, that might actually be a loophole, honestly.
Yeah, he's not. He's not eating. He's just
Also,
snorting.
let's not ignore the white elephant in the room. The Trix Rabbit does have Coke energy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
does have Coke
oh,
energy.
yeah, definitely.
You know, there's maybe something that to
And
that.
you're drawn
I
to
find
that a
appealing.
little bit, Angus.
I think I am. I'm learning a lot about myself today. Yeah. He's a bit of a wild man, but he's you know, and he gets duped by the kids and stuff like that. But it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him as much as I maybe feel bad for a different mascot who's constantly having his cereal stolen, you know?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Perhaps
Yeah.
Sam will have something to say about that. Before we move on, though, does the Trix Rabbit have a name besides Trix Rabbit?
Oh,
I think it's
don't
just the
actually-
Trix Rabbit.
I think he's just
I
the
think it's
Trix
just
Rabbit.
a Trix Rabbit.
Oh, you know what it
Yeah.
is? It's Sunny Jim. Huh. Yeah, it's just Trix Rabbit.
Yeah.
Also, sorry. Trix Rabbit, Trix with an X, also known as Silly Rabbit or Trix with a CK.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah.
just also found Trix Cereal, the company, introduced it's a real rabbit called Cinnabun Bun. I don't know
No,
if that's supposed to
that
be
can't
the
be it.
rabbit. What's the name of the rabbit? No, it's just the Trix
Oh,
Rabbit.
wow.
Just the Trix
They must
Rabbit.
have they just like adopted a pet rabbit.
I didn't
and
realize the
I
Trix
don't know.
Rabbit is over 60 years old. He's gone through a lot of.
He's
gone through a
got
lot
that
of
old
designs.
energy, like
Yeah.
old like cartoon energy for sure.
I would
which
love-
I like
the one
about
The one I
us.
linked is a lot more modern, but yeah,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
he's got some. He's been around.
Yeah.
the block.
I'd love to
Yeah.
see Bugs Bunny and Trix Rabbit like duke it out.
Buck. Oh yes,
And
sorry.
that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Sorry, of course.
Yeah.
But also fun.
I don't think the Trix Rabbit fucks so much as he watches people fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But and that's
right.
fine. You know, there's
He'll watch the Sugar Crisp Bear.
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
is, he's a cock. whoa. Sonny
It's
Jim.
you're not fooling us, man. It's never been Sunny Jim. That's just your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you got it.
Sam, your
Yeah.
final nomination, the one Angus
I
didn't
know.
take.
I know.
So what is
I
it?
know. Well, it's another freak.
Oh,
Let's have it.
I
I mean,
know.
we already
Wow.
peaked with the freakies. So
It's a freak I only discovered today, but immediately was drawn to for its freakiness. And I have to go with this because I do have another nom that I really wish partially I had done instead of Count Chocula, but he'll get on mensch. So this freak, I think, was short-lived as well in the cereal world.
oh, don't choose mine. Oh no.
I've never seen him before, but I'm like, this is great. So I'm gonna post a link for a commercial, but they're called the Big Mix.
Oh, okay.
big
Yeah.
mix.
Yes.
Big
okay.
Mix.
I saw this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm into it. So the
this
Big
guy.
Mix.
I saw this guy today too.
You have seen this
No,
guy?
just from today's
Okay.
research. Yeah.
Just from today.
Yeah.
So
This is some Space Jam level.
Wow.
yeah, right. So he's very 90s or Big
They.
Mix.
Yeah.
Big Mix energy. Big Mix. The article I read, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, what is he,
Big
Sam?
Mix rhymes with brilliance. I'm like, no, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
no.
No, patently
No.
it doesn't. It just doesn't.
And it
no.
should. The cereal was named after its mascot, a beast that is part chicken, part wolf, part moose, and part pig.
Yeah, I see it.
And now
I see it.
Wow.
I had sent you the
Oh my God, you're
commercial
right.
there,
Mhm.
right? Now look at the box image. I'm gonna send it. And to listeners at home, the Big Mix character isn't even looking at you. Just like
Yeah, he's looking out to the
wistfully looking behind. Like, I don't know what the deal is with this creature, but it feels like a jackalope or like a Loch Ness monster or some Sasquatch or something.
Oh, his
and I
blue
love that.
eyes.
He does
It
feel
looks
like
almost like a self-insert character. You know what I mean? Like someone wrote like
Yeah.
Sonic fan fiction and they drew this character.
The weird beard-ish thing.
Yeah.
And like and so it's a Kellogg's brand cereal, and I think the chicken part and the roosterish head, the green and the red on the top,
Oh yeah.
they really feel like they're rooster for Kellogg's cornflakes.
Yes,
Um,
very much so.
that's
so
why he feels
you
like
kinda
a
got-
combination
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like other characters. And
Yeah.
they're like, here it is, Big Mix. There it is.
Big Mix is really an abomination, and I love that for them.
I won't lie. I feel like I could cosplay Big Mix, you know, because I've got
Oh,
the
you
beard and I've got the
could.
blue eyes.
You've got the Big
What's that?
Mix energy. You've got the Big Mix. Oh my gosh.
I'll just look
A
off screen.
spitting, and you should go as Big Mix for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
I'm Big
that would be
Mix.
great.
I'm Big Mix.
So-
They're like,
I'm
what?
Big
I don't know.
Mix.
What
I
that-
don't,
I'm
I
Big
don't-
Mix.
I don't know what that is. And then you say,
Short-lived cereal.
listen, my name is
Go away?
Angus.
All right, yeah,
My name
totally,
is
got it.
Angus. It rhymes with brilliance. It's like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
I feel like one of my favorite activities when drawing is to just like combine things
Mhm.
that are like just random. And so I don't know. I feel like my heart, there's like a special place in this too, where I'm like, what is this? And it's like 4 things, and it's like, okay, yeah, that looks
Oh,
like
you got
those
the little
things.
pigtail.
And Big Mix also has like a little bit of Roger Rabbit vibes. I don't know. There's like
Yeah.
something to the 90s animation of them that I like. So Yeah.
Big mix.
Wow.
Big mix.
Big mix.
Big mix.
I like it. Leslie, you have the final nomination, the honor to give the final nomination. And it sounds like you got a little freak yourself. So let's hear it.
I hope it was my own one.
It's the Yummy Mummy. Had to do it. Had to do it. It's the Yummy Mummy.
You are
that's-
going with the other
The
monsters.
funnest name to say. Hey, baby, it's Yummy Mummy. Look at the
I
Yummy
didn't even
Mummy.
know this one existed.
Look at the Yummy Mummy. It's a mummy wrapped in purple and yellow wraps along with traditional white. It's got bats around them. It's a fruit flavor frosted cereal with vanilla flavor marshmallows. Of course, we're not judging the cereal, but it's very yummy. And he's a mummy. It's the mummy. Now, I was like, just based on the picture, it's like, yeah, it's a mummy. It's a mummy. But then, like, you watch the freaking commercial, and then the mummy starts doing amazing things. The mummy starts singing. It's got a beautiful voice. It's cool. All the other monster cereal, they're scared of the Yummy Mummy. The Yummy Mummy is scaring Count Chocula himself.
Is he?
Are you
a
freaking
telepath?
kidding me?
Is he a telepath? Like he's like able to summon with his hands, like or telekinesis?
Please.
Yeah,
That's telekinesis.
telekinesis.
Thank
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
That was a good catch. You would have gotten roasted.
I know. But he is using telekinesis to summon the
Yes.
Yummy Mummy cereal, and he's a drummer.
I kind of like his voice. Yeah, I
See,
won't lie.
He does have telekinesis. He's
Yummy
levitating the spoons and feeds them to the mouths.
Wow,
You
Yummy
know?
Mummy makes your tummy go yummy. So they
See,
use
and then
yummy
he-
twice, but it's still pretty good.
Uses the box as a bongo. He plays drums as well. Like, let's go. Let's freaking go.
We've
It's the
talked
Yummy Mummy. Another
Can I just
short-lived
say-
cereal.
Could you imagine sitting down for breakfast, eating a bowl of cereal, a glass of milk, a glass of orange juice, and 2 slices of toast?
Oh my
God,
god.
that's so much food.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Balanced
Sounds great to me.
breakfast.
I'm
Well,
glad-
the Yummy Mummy's a good pick. I
Yeah,
think.
we've talked a lot about daddies. It's great to get a mummy in here. So
It's great to get the
Yeah.
mummy in there.
yeah, get a yummy mummy. In fact, so great nom.
I won't lie. I'm into it.
All right. Well, we have our list of 12 cereal mascots. Tons that it's hilarious. I'm gonna say right now, on the top 5 food mascots episode, I believe Buzz the Bee was her number 3.
Oh,
and
that's
he is
right.
nowhere to be seen on this list because apparently the A team, we love our freaks.
Yeah.
Except for the freakies. Sam hates the freakies. No freakies, but
And this is going out for all the freaks at home.
Mhm.
Leslie has a special message for you. If you're a freak and you're listening to this podcast,
Fuck you.
we'll be back.
Hey, what's going on? We are Pull the Plug Podcast with myself, Mrs. Godzilla.
And me, Justin G.
Myself, Justin Briner.
And me, Sarah M.
Pull the Plug Podcast, it's a place where music fans, pop culture nerds, and people who love dick jokes come together each week.
A place of worship, if you will.
Check us out at ptppodcast.com for all your dick needs.
Top five.
hey Les, what are you listening to there?
Oh man, I'm just listening to some jazz.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
It's
What
Sunny
are you
Jim.
listening to?
I'm listening to Sunny Jim commercials.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
cool. Hey, I noticed you don't have any clothes on.
Yeah.
You should probably get some from the Pod Cavern store.
Oh, really? They got like hats, hoodies, t-shirts, stuff like that.
Yeah, all with Pod Cavern logos on it. It's pretty
Oh,
sweet. It's pretty
awesome.
sweet swag, and you can just go to podcavern.com and get a little kickback to the Pod Cavern.
Yeah. Anything you buy there helps us keep the lights on here. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, we can't do this ad because we're not doing one.
We're not allowed
Bye.
to, so whatever. Okay, bye.
Podcover.com. All right, let's get back into it, you freaks. Oh, I miss real beer, guys. That sounds real good. Leslie, what are you drinking there? This is a cereal episode. You're not going to open a fresh box of cereal?
Little old Milwaukee. Little old Milwaukee.
Gross.
Have you guys ever done Beerios?
No. Is that?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like drinking beer while eating cereal.
Oh, sounds terrible.
Oh,
Yeah, I did it. I went to a kegger a million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That actually my now wife hosted, and I crashed at their place, and we had cereal in the morning, and there was still beer in one of the kegs, so we had beer and cereal, and it was disgusting. It was gross.
Now,
Sounds
real bad.
gross.
who is
Yeah, it
the
was a rite of
mascot
passage, though.
of a Beerio? A
Oh,
Beerio box.
probably
Yeah.
a pretty problematic like frat bro, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
His name would probably be like
Sunny Jim. Yeah.
like Kyler or Sunny Jim. Sunny Jim, I like.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you gotta be my bro, Sunny Jim. Dude.
We have a list of 12 cereal mascots in front of us, and it's all over the place. It's good. It's great. I like it. It's a lot of freaks. I was looking at other lists today as well, and there's a lot of lists that don't just rank cereal mascots. I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not. There's a lot with like cereal mascots with a twist. So there's like top 5 hottest cereal mascots, top 5 cereal mascots that you don't want at a party, you know, not just ranking regular mascots. And here we are just doing the Lord's work, and we're just ranking mascots today. Although you could probably say top 5 freaky mascots at this point.
There's certainly a vibe. Yeah.
There's a bit of a vibe, but it's because we're freaks in the A team. We have Tony the Tiger. We have from Frosted Flakes. We have Crazy Craving. We're going to just call him Crazy Craving. He might have another name, but he's Crazy
The
Craving.
Craven.
Is he the Craven?
Craven the Hunter?
I
am playing
the
Spider-Man
Craven.
right now.
No, you the Craver, I think.
The Craver.
Oh, the
you have.
Craver.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Craver
I
the
wrote Craven, but I meant
Craver the
yes.
Hunger? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps.
I'll get you, Spider-Man. Honeycomb.
And all your milk.
Ew, gross. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Squares. We have the Apple Jacks and the Cinnamon and Bad Apple. Fred Flintstone.
And Tuong was doing
and
the
Barney.
accent
Yeah.
in the break, and we don't condone that at all.
He was real Chet
He
Hanks
was really
moment.
going.
We kind of said, hey, you gotta, you're making us look
Laura loves telling this, and she knows because she's seen me perform improv many, many times. But anytime I even try to do an accent on stage or anywhere,
Any accent,
it will within seconds morph into a Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Same reason I don't do accents on stage. I just can't do them.
Angus and I are about to perform in just like a few weeks, so I'm next week. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna fucking try it.
So you can look forward to that, Ottawa.
Yeah, come to the Improv Jamboree in Ottawa if this comes out in time, which I don't
Next
know.
week, Ottawa?
100% won't. This will be in like the new year.
Right?
We have the Sugar Crisp Bear. We have Count Chocula, Sunny Jim, the Freakies, Trix Rabbit, Big Mix, with 2 X's, I believe, and 2 G's, actually.
And 2 G's.
And Yummy Mummy. Those are our nominations today. All right, well, let's get into it. Let's do stars for further consideration. How about we go with Angus? What do you have to star?
This mascot came in and just really sent a shockwave through the podcast itself. I would be remiss if I didn't star them as soon as I possibly could, and it's got to be Sunny Jim. I have to.
Wow!
I have to star.
Wow.
Sunny Jim is
Oh my
a
God.
fascinating
Mascot? Is he, or
And
is it because we've done bits about him all night?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll
Maybe
find
that's
out.
the power of Sunny Jim.
Yeah,
Like a mascot is just a made up character, Tuong.
You're right.
You know, it's about the emotions they elicit from us.
And it's about what he represents. If you eat this cereal, you're going to become happy like Sunny Jim. Jim was in the dumps. Jim Dumps was in the dumps, and now he's Sunny Jim because he ate force.
And also, we should say that Sam found a Halloween mask of Sunny Jim, and it is in fact a monocle and not glasses.
Okay, all right.
Oh my God.
She linked it in chat.
He's
Yeah.
a
Oh my
distinguished
God.
man.
I got to see that.
He's a
Yeah.
distinguished
Yeah.
man. Okay.
So yeah, Sunny Jim
is
starred.
starred. Sam, star 1 for further consideration.
I'm 1,000% starring the Craver,
I appreciate that.
aka Honeycomb Craver, aka Crazy Craving,
Mhm.
aka a child that has been transformed by their hunger.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say, AKA Craven the Hunger. I really do
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Just finished
I'm into it.
Spider-Man.
I'm into
Very feels good.
Okay.
This was my, like, when we talked about like this topic coming up, it was like the immediate thing that came to
Me
my
too.
brain. I would nothing else would have come first to me. So
All right. Wow. Okay. Leslie, star 1 for further consideration.
Yabba dabba doo, gang.
Wow.
It's the Flintstones.
I thought you were gonna do a psych out there.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba doo.
It's the CG Crunch, guys.
Sunny Jim again.
I don't. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Whoa. You
Wow.
you don't like the Flintstones, Sam? Come on.
Okay, a little
Okay, we're gonna get into it.
It's the only one with women on the box.
Not on the one nominated.
Oh, that's fair.
I
Also,
mean-
I will say, I'm pretty sure some of the freakies are women.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
very possible.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
Big Mix is my star.
Wow.
What?
Big
Oh my god,
mix.
none of these were what I anticipated being starred.
I think with the A team, anything goes, and I
Yeah.
kind of like it. It's not like any other list. We are pivoting so hard away from our cereals list. We're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going all weird this time,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
into it. So Big Mix is starred. Is there any other nominations that we want to star? Anything goes? What are y'all thinking here?
It's tough. There's a lot of really good ones still up on the table.
Okay, I will suggest that Tony or the Sugar Crisp Bear should be on the list. Or, either they can both be, I guess, but
I get what you mean,
They
though.
are
I think
of,
they both bring a similar energy to the table.
they will ground
Between
this
the
list.
two, I can't get enough of that sugar cream.
I will have to say, and I don't know how much I'll fight this, but I do think Tony the Tiger is a much more impressive dude. He plays like every sport. He is such a good, like a role model for kids, I think, in a way. He tries to be.
Now, hang on. That makes it sound like the Sugar Crisp guy isn't a good role model.
I don't think he
The
is,
Sugar Crisp
dude.
guy isn't intimidating.
I don't know if he is.
The
as good
Sugar
as
He's
Crisp
just got a
Bear.
hoodie. He's got a hoodie on. He's just chill
don't
guy who
know.
likes
Dude.
cereal, you know?
If you're
He's
at
an
the
everyman.
bar, if you're at the bar with a Sugar Crisp Bear, he would like slip some Sugar Crisp cereal into your drink.
That's conjecture, sir. That's
Whoa.
conjecture.
I'm just saying. You see the way he's holding it in that picture you sent us?
I would also star Tony over the bear.
Wow. This is
I like
is
the bear.
fight that
I think the
destroys
bears.
us.
I think it's like marry, fuck, or kill or whatever. And
Mhm.
it's like I'd marry Tony.
Yeah.
I'd like fuck the sugar bear. I don't know.
And
I'd
who would
kill.
you kill? Kill the freakies?
I'd kill Fred Flintstone.
Wow.
And the freakies.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm surprised Fred got
Hey,
a star.
we'll talk about it.
Okay. All right.
But
It's just a star.
it's a
I
It's
know,
just a star.
Isn't this the group rule though? Don't all the
saying.
Flintstone characters count as representatives of fruit of Pebbles?
Well, I think we need to decide: is it Fred Flintstone or is it the Flintstones?
Well, let's
It's
think of the box
definitely-
because Barney is also
What-
in the box, right?
You
I-
nominated Pebbles, not Berry Pebbles.
oh, I
So
thought it
it's
was
Fred
Fruity
and
Pebbles.
Barney.
Well,
or
it's
Fruity
the
Pebbles, whatever.
Flintstone cereal, like it. I would say both.
But there's two different
But
cereals.
they're the variations.
Yeah,
they're
but there's two
variations
different
of the
Apple
same
Jacks.
thing, right?
There's Apple Jacks and
Okay.
Cinnamon Jacks.
I would count them as like the same thing.
So who's the mascot nom?
The Flintstones, right?
I guess so.
I think when they come to my mind, I think more of A, the show, obviously, but B,
Mhm.
now cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
C, also like vitamins. I
Yeah.
think all those things before I think cereal.
And just
before
like, you know-
cereal? I don't know.
Yeah, I think all those before. Well, not necessarily.
And
cigarettes.
honestly, I don't really like how they treat animals in the Flintstones universe.
Let's leave
Hey.
it as starred. And
It's a
They'll
living.
go down in history.
We'll continue the conversation.
Wow.
We'll definitely circle back to this in just a
Okay,
bit.
so Tony versus
Okay,
I think
okay.
Tony versus the Sugar Crisp Bear is a fair conversation. I think we can hash this out right now.
Ooh.
I think you guys are coming to your senses, and Tony the Tiger is off the list, right?
No.
I tried to simplify it. Okay.
what we could
Okay.
do is we can star Sugar Crisp Bear too, because then we can have that. We can have that conversation.
We can
Well, is
have that-
Tony the Tiger starred?
yeah.
We're gonna have that
Yeah.
conversation.
So
Because I think this is very much a CG crunch, FT crunch. They
But
don't
I think
both
we
need to
should
be on the list.
also star, and I don't know why I feel he's in the same vein, but I feel like we should also star the Tricks Rabbit.
Okay, I've been saving
Okay.
this. I've been saving this.
Okay,
And I'm
so-
dropping something in the chat. And Angus, since this was your nomination, I want you to read this aloud because I came to a shocking revelation about the Tricks Rabbit today. And Angus, I present Exhibit A. Please,
Oh boy.
please read it.
Okay.
Please read it. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
do it and do it in an accent, please.
Okay.
Just kidding. No, maybe not.
In commercials from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, the rabbit was known to disguise himself in order to get his beloved cereal, employing costumes as diverse as a balloon vendor, a painter, and a Native American.
Okay. So there it is. And that was the revelation. So
Is this a positive, Leslie, for you? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well, that's honestly not great.
I mean,
Not
It's
great,
not it's
but
not ideal.
People change.
Do we-
It's not ideal.
People
People
change.
I can like
change.
picture it. I can like. I feel like
He's
I
just
remember.
a silly rabbit.
He's a silly rabbit.
I tried to find a picture, but
Yeah.
it doesn't exist.
Oh my god.
I mean, cinnamon was a problem too, you know?
It's true. This is also true, you know?
Okay, well, you know
And
what?
it
How
you
about
know,
this? How about this? A silly rabbit. This list is for good mascots.
oh,
I
Oh
love
my
the
God.
Tricks Rabbit, but I can't abide the insult that is reducing a people to a costume.
there you go.
I can't abide
All
it.
right.
I can't
All
abide
right.
it. And for that same reason, I think Tony the Tiger must go.
Does he also? Is he
No,
also?
no.
Oh my
problematic?
God. Oh my
I think.
God.
I mean, I think there's arguments to be made that he's maybe not as body positive as some of the other cereal mascots, but
It's so crazy when Tony the Tiger did blackface on national television.
He found it.
He found
he found it. You mean
found it.
Kimmeled it?
Oh, I think but both.
Found
both,
it.
maybe
God,
both.
God.
another
both.
reason to like neither of them.
Yes.
All right. So we have.
Well,
Oh, go ahead,
some
Sam.
unproblematic one that maybe I'd like to start is cinnamon toast crunch squares.
I like those guys too. They're very cute.
I feel like we have no
Over-
sentient cereal on the
Okay.
list.
Okay, how about this? How
I'm
about
gonna
this?
listen
Because
to
we're
you.
starring a bunch of stuff. What if we knocked a couple off? I'm down for starring the CT Crunch guys,
Okay.
but it might be time to say goodbye to Count Chocula and the Yummy Mummy.
So I was gonna ask,
That's tough.
do we want to get rid of? Because I could see an argument of having at least one of the monsters on the list because they represent an era of cereal mascots, and if we want
Sure,
that
sure.
on the list, then I'm all for it. Because let's be real, the monster fucking run of cereals, we even saw it on the commercial that like Leslie sent with Yummy Mummy.
There was a connected universe too.
Yeah.
The cereals crossed over. It's true.
My
CMU.
pitch that I didn't do was the Boo Berry Ghost.
Yeah, and I had Blueberry on my list as well.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's not Frankenberry.
no,
there is Frankenberry, but there was
and
also a
Boo Berry?
short run
Blueberry's a
of
blueberry
Boo Berry.
one.
Oh, I see it. Blueberry.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frankenberry. There was also Fruit Brute.
Yeah, the
I'm
fruit
not making
brute.
that one up. That's on my own.
So that's a werewolf,
It's a
and
werewolf.
you're a
Yeah.
werewolf head.
Yeah.
I'm a werewolf head. I'm wearing a
So
werewolf
I
head.
mean, I like one of the making because I like the idea of
The monsters.
60s cartoon. Like I feel like when I think of like cartoon cereal and like the like joke that it's become, and if you were making fun of cereals, like you're kind of making fun of that 60s era, like they're like actual cartoons, like they're episodic, like weird, like
I just
I don't
wanna
know. I
throw
feel
it
like
out there. I
he's
feel
still
like
a
we've already
thing.
got a monster in Sunny Jim who's kind of got like a Babadook style or like lore. That's kind of,
Jim.
he doesn't have what they have is the like Saturday morning cartoon feel though.
no, you're right. That's a very important feel. Okay, so maybe
They
kind
feel
of-
we
like
don't-
a
but-
Saturday morning cartoon.
Okay.
But Sonny Jim, there's an argument for ageism here. Why can't an older gentleman
yeah.
be
Count
on?
Chocula is probably older than Sunny
Great
Jim.
point. Great point.
And
Sam.
hey, the Trick
Listen, I'm
Rabbit-
for Count Chocula.
Guys.
I would put Count Chocula
Count Chocula starred
on the
He
list.
starred.
We
He
can't
starred.
we can't use age
Okay.
because the Tricks Rabbit is over 60 years old and that didn't save him.
It's true.
Maybe we
No,
cut.
but, okay.
Maybe we should start cutting.
What
Yeah.
if we
Can we
cut
cut the freakies?
Let
Can
me-
we cut the freakies?
Let me tell you
Okay,
what
here's-
is starred.
Count
then
Chocula start?
I'll tell you exactly what is starred, and then the rest will be cut, and then we can start narrowing it down. So,
whoa, the rest.
unless someone says anything
Are
else.
we cutting cinnamon and
We're
bad
not-
apple?
We're not cutting anything yet. I'm just telling you what's starred.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger, the Flintstones, Crazy Craving, Sugar Crisp Bear, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Squares, Count Chocula, Big Mix, Sunny Jim.
That would mean
8. The ones that are not starred, the Freakies, Tricks Rabbit, Cinnamon and Bad Apple, and Yummy Mummy. Are we okay with letting those guys go? Because
Trick
I am.
I
Rabbit
don't
is
want to
gone.
let
Tricks Rabbit's
cinnamon
gone.
and bad apple.
I do.
Fine.
They're cool in 3D.
They're cool, and I love that they're claymation. But we got to start making cuts.
Yeah.
We got to start making.
And the Craver
And
is
it's
also
cultural
3D.
appropriation, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
It's not
Fine.
probably. It's definitely
No, Leslie. Surely they hired a Jamaican person to voice act them.
Surely. Yeah. How many Simpsons episodes have we all watched recently?
If we're keeping Count Chocula, can we cut the Yummy Mummy?
Yummy Mummy, you're dunny.
It's great. Yeah, it's good. It's good. What we'll
And you
do?
got one for Cinnamon and Bad Apple?
Oh, yeah, that's
maybe
right,
with
sorry.
a specific voice that you want to do. I don't know.
Give me time. Give me some time.
Leslie, let me take this one. No, it's
Okay. Yeah. Please.
Or
Please.
does Sonny Jim
Laura
want
would
to
love
say
it.
goodbye to them?
Yeah, does no here.
No, Tongue, what do you got?
I just got locks.
do British.
I got locks instead.
Okay.
We are going to do locks. So I'm going to read the list one more time and we're going to say if it's a lock or not. If all of us say it's a lock, it's unanimous and we'll put it on our list and it's not binding. So here we go. Tony the Tiger, lock or no lock?
No lock.
I could
I
lock
would
him.
like
I
to
would lock him.
I could lock.
I would lock
Tony.
him. But no lock from Angus. We'll move on. The Flintstones, lock or no lock?
No lock.
I would have a
lock.
discussion for it.
I would
They're
have a
starred.
discussion for it as well.
Yep.
Crazy Craving, lock or no lock?
Lock.
Lock.
Lock. Honey lock. Sugar Crisp Bear, lock or no lock? I
That's
would
a
have
lock for me,
discussion.
but
I
It
would,
really depends on the Tony situation.
I would have this situation.
I think that's the face off right there.
We'll have a face off after. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch Squares, lock or no lock?
no lock.
Oh, wait, are the Freakies gone? We didn't say goodbye to the Freakies.
No, they're
Oh.
not.
Oh, yes.
Sam, do you want to send off the Freakies?
Yeah, Sam, do you want to talk about the Freakies? Send them off?
Freakies, you're freaking disgusting. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because that's the CT Crunch guys are kind of the cute mirror of the Freakies. I would say maybe even the cutest of all the guys. That's why I like having them on the list, just because of that flavor. But we could talk about that.
I was going to say something like the Freaky Friday. We're recording this on a Friday. Freaky Friday. There's something in there. I'll think about it. Count Chocula, lock or no lock? I would lock him. I would lock him.
I'd lock him if we've,
You know what?
we've lost
You guys
other
have won me over. I think it's a lock for Count Chocula.
Okay.
A lock for
Chocula.
chalk.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah, no, that works.
Damn it.
I want to lock this pig. I want to suck your milk.
Oh, God.
I assume that's what he says.
Yeah.
What? No, it's what he says, guys.
Big Mix, lock or no lock? I like
It's a
him
no
a lot,
lock.
but I guess
I'd like him too.
I would
I like the spirit of Big Mix.
You'd
That's what I
lock
mean.
him?
I would lock him, but we'll talk. I like the spirit of the Big Mix too. I think he represents, the freaks.
Yeah, I agree.
Sonny Jim, lock or no lock?
It's a lock for me.
Baby.
Definitely not.
Him dump.
It's not a lock.
It's not a
Lock
lock.
for dumps.
Wait, Tongue, was that a lock from you?
No,
Just to gauge where.
no,
Okay, so no.
no.
Okay,
But
okay.
I mean, I guess we'll have that discussion. So what we
That's tough.
We have the Crazy Craving from Honeycomb and Count Chocula. They are locked. The ones that are not locked: Tony the Tiger, Flintstones, Sugar Crisp Bear, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Squares, and Sonny Jim. Should we go ahead and talk about
Trix is gone.
Trix is gone.
Trix is gone. Trix was the
Okay.
first one gone.
Trix is
Okay,
gone.
okay,
Trix
okay.
is gone.
Hard to come back from the cultural appropriation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Hard to come back.
Mix. There's no treat here.
Silly
right,
rabbit. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know that whole.
Okay. Should we talk? We definitely need to have the face off of Tony
I
the
need
Tiger.
you guys to sell me on Fred Flintstone, though. I don't understand the hype here. I don't understand why he's locked. I don't understand why he's starred. Like, I don't.
You don't even know
fucking
why
care
he's-
about Fred
he's-
Flintstone.
For the same reason for the reason that I liked. That you guys have convinced me on Count Chocula, kind of as like a legacy pick of like
Yes.
a storied past. That's kind of why I let Flintstones get this far.
And listen, there's no mistaking it. There's no. He's not going to be a number. He's not going to be a number one. But in the five.
Are you talking about Chalk-U?
No,
Flintstones?
Flintstones.
It's insane to me that he's like in this, like he's like such his own. I mean, I know we discussed this and it's fair game and like
It's
whatever.
fair game. He has his
But,
own
I know
cereal.
it is. I know it is. He has his own
Or
cereal, which
the
is
family
just
has a cereal.
bonkers. Yeah.
I mean,
What about this?
Hang on,
Bonkers.
before you say anything. Angus,
Bonkers.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that bonkers. Well, maybe it's bonkers because he's like that family is the only long-standing
They're so famous
cartoon characters
that they get-
to this day. Literally today, I walked into a store and front
Yeah.
aisle, like right away, they had like a whatever they call it, where it's like front facing, you can see it right away, was Pebbles.
A bulk out, yeah.
Was like the Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. And it's like, and there they were. And I'm like, well, fuck, right? Like they're here.
Most kids probably know them as mascots now and not for the cartoon.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
And they don't have Flintstones. Well, I don't know. Has there been a Flintstone cartoon in a while? I don't.
God, I hope not.
It's funny. I like literally never, maybe I feel like at the beginning of this podcast, you're like, we're cereal people. But I'm like, I have not looked at the cereal aisle for like, I do not look at it. I didn't.
I mean, I go and I buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why would I buy anything?
I didn't realize Flintstones were still there. Like, I'm not surprised they are, but I'm just like, oh man, like, okay, Flintstones, I guess.
I could be convinced to, I don't know. I feel like maybe Sam's winning me over a bit on the Flintstones not needing a spot.
He's got everything else. Yeah. He's got vitamins. He's got the show. He's taking up a spot.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, Tuong, would you rather the Flintstones or Big Mix making this list?
That's a good question. So I will. Here's my stance: is that I'm not going to fight too hard on the Flintstones, but I do think it's important to recognize this long-standing cereal.
And they got nommed.
And it got nommed. But at the same time, in this list here, he might help ground this list a little bit. So
I see what you mean.
I don't exactly.
But Tony
need him
the
gone.
Tiger could ground this list.
That's okay.
That's true.
And this is what we're coming to.
It's true as well.
Do we, like, do we need Tony the Tiger and Flintstones on this list?
Probably not.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So which of those two?
I guess
between Tony the Tiger and
Tony.
Flintstones? Tony.
I think I would say Tony.
Yeah,
I think I would say Tony as well.
Tony, because
go ahead.
He's endangered.
He's a danger.
And we need to save him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Performance enhancing drugs. I'm worried for his safety.
They're great.
Yeah. You think
he
juices? Oh man. He's can't even see his genitals.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. And he's very
he's got
big
no
on
neck.
top. Yeah.
He doesn't have a neck.
He doesn't have a neck.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a neck. You know who has a neck?
Sugar
Sonny
Crisp
Jim.
Oh.
Sonny Jim has Sugar Crisp Bear has a turtleneck.
Well, we have to cut what, 3 of them? Was that
we got to cut 3 of them?
3 of them? Okay. Can we at least talk about Sonny Jim before we cut
Of course.
If we end up cutting the Flintstones, I won't stop my feet on it. I can see why it would be here, honestly. But let's talk about Sonny Jim.
I would put Sonny Jim over the Flintstones if we're coming down to it.
What?
It's Sonny Jim.
So
Sam?
my issue with Sonny Jim is just
his hair.
And I thought no.
his weird.
Earlier today, when I was like looking at cereal mascots, I even looked up the like Quaker Oats guy, and I was like, oh, it's pretty lame. Like nobody cares about the Quaker Oats guy. But I never even came across Sonny Jim. I've literally never heard of Sonny Jim until you brought him up. I like knew nothing, which is like not a great, because maybe nobody's heard of Big Mix either. I know, but like he's just a fucking Quaker dude. We have another Quaker dude that like
dude,
this guy is way more interesting than the Quaker dude.
The Quaker dude.
Let's be honest. Between this guy and the Quaker dude, it's Sonny Jim every fucking day.
Yeah,
nobody even mentioned the Quaker dude.
You know what? You're right, and I would agree that he definitely beats out the Quaker dude.
The Quaker dude.
I don't think
recently, or they have a new picture of him, I guess.
When was?
We don't have know. Sonny Jim like represents those kind of mascots that are just normal people of the time. Yes, there's a bunch of kooky characters and that come and go and all that. But
I just don't want to relate to some old white man. He's just some like lame old white man. I don't care.
He looks like the Monopoly guys. Like
there's
ancestor.
a reason Captain Crunch didn't get talked about either.
But
I don't know.
Again, he changed. He changed and he became better. He was a most unfriendly man who lived his life on the hermit plan. Till Force one day was served to him, and then they called him Sonny Jim, and then he got better, Sam. And
the slogan on this box says "Be Sunny."
Be
sunny.
Like Sonny Jim. Sure. He stands for good. He stands for good. He stands for, you have to, you can change. You can become positive.
You sold me on him over Fred Flintstone, so like.
Okay.
Fred Flintstone at least hangs out with dinosaurs and shit. But I don't even know if I need any of these two.
I think the Flintstones should yabba dabba go fuck themselves.
At this point, bye-bye, Fredo.
Yeah. I see it as well at this point too, but I don't know how we got from cutting Flintstones from Sunny Jim here. I don't want to think
too much about Sunny Jim and his beliefs. You know, he's from a different time.
We cut tricks. Well,
we cut tricks, but Sunny Jim isn't on record as dressing up like Native Americans.
Did you see how quickly Leslie torpedoed tricks? And he did the same thing, the same smear campaign with the cigarette ad, turning us against Fred Flintstone. What is Sunny Jim hiding?
Leslie's really good at playing the political game. He is a mayor after all.
Yeah, this badge literally, so there's a pin here that says, be a regular fellow, eat Sunny Jim, brand dandies. It's literally to make you shit. Like, guys, let's be real here. Sunny Jim is better person because he's not constipated.
That's a good point. He's regular. He runs regular.
I actually just don't find Sunny Jim. If we're really getting into it, his design is not that great.
Dude, this horn that sticks out of the back of his head is fascinating. Yeah. Did you look at that Halloween mask? It's amazing.
I have to relook at it.
It's incredible.
Okay.
You all have to go to podcavern.com to see this Halloween mask because it is really.
I can't even see it. This chat's so long now.
Here, I'll just share a straight up picture of it. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Cool? Oh god, we're using cool.
I like Sunny Jim because I was not expecting Sunny Jim, and I like these lists to have a little bit of weirdness on them.
And this whole list is kind of weird.
We're still talking about him. We've been talking about Sunny Jim for 10 minutes.
God, this fucking guy.
I also, Leslie, I always hate that. I always hate that thing of like, oh, this ad campaign sucks. Well, we're talking about it, aren't we? No, we talk about problems all the time. They're good.
Sunny Jim is so old that there wasn't even was there a commercial, like an animated commercial or anything to go?
Didn't you pay attention? There was a series of poems.
That's
what it was
in 1902.
Weren't you listening?
Yeah. You want to know some? You want to know some shit?
Yeah.
Before women could vote. Yeah.
You know what?
Sunny Jim has his own brand of peanut butter.
I'm not coming around. I'm the opposite of coming around.
Oh my god. Should we put a pin on Sunny Jim and move?
No.
Okay.
What does the saying Sunny Jim mean? Sunny Jim, plural Sunny Jims, Britain informal dated, a familiar or patronizing term of address for a male person, especially during a rebuke or correction. Actually, I don't know. So you're being like a real Sunny Jim about it.
Yeah,
it's a patronizing term for you.
That's what the British people thought it was. The Americans were like, it's a guy that shits.
That's right. And you want to know what the tagline for Sunny Jim peanut butter was?
What?
Sunny Jim has underground peanuts with a flavor that's out of sight. Huh?
Because they're underground. You can't see it.
That's right.
It's pretty clever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Oh god.
Well,
all right.
This is, and like that's the strength that goes to Sunny Jim. This is a general term now in the UK, Britain, Australia, and New Zealand. This is a term that's all over. Sunny Jim has permeated the culture.
Like, yeah.
You know what? The fact that he's old and there's nothing bad about him is
how many people.
Impressive.
It's right. How many people say, Tony, you're a Tony the Tiger, How many people are doing stuff like that? Not to dismiss Tony the Tiger, but I'm just saying, like, Sunny Jim has permeated the culture.
I've never even heard anyone say that before.
Yeah, but now you've heard it said like 60, 70 times in the last hour. So doesn't that count for something?
Before, did it?
Oh my god. Let's keep Sunny Jim for now, because obviously these two.
For now, Sunny Jim's on the list. Sunny Jim's a lock. Come on, after all that, Sunny Jim's a lock. Let's go.
Sam, what do you think?
I'm not locking.
We gotta go.
I'm coming around. I am coming around to Sunny Jim.
Sam, who are we cutting then?
Should we have the fight? We should have the fight.
Sugar Chris versus Tony the Tiger?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's pretty much in the Tony the Tiger camp, except for Leslie. Leslie, are you still Sugar Crisp? Can't get enough of that sugar crisp.
Dude, I love that slogan. I think it's a better than your.
At this point, I'm like, why not both? Why not have both on the list?
I'd put both and cut Sunny Jim.
Now you're talking crazy. There's a whole another spot on the list, and you're saying we cut Sunny Jim?
Okay, do we cut Big
here's
Mix?
another.
This is what I mean.
With Craving and Chocula, Sugar
Because
Crisp
Big
Bear
Mix
and Tony
is Big
Tiger.
Mix. Let's talk about Big Mix.
Big Mix or the squares. I don't really care for the squares that much, to be honest.
I guess I don't know how much personality the squares
Yeah,
have.
the squares are just kind of this,
But they're very cute,
they're like
and they lick each other.
They're like the minions.
Oh,
a little bit.
Ooh, that makes me like them less.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But we can all safely agree it's the best cereal. It should have been number one.
Oh, we're not going there. We're
We
not
don't-
going
No,
there.
we're not
talking
going
about
there.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
fine to cut the squares. I really like them because I do think they're cute. I think the commercials are fun and there's versatility and they're like pretty, just like whatever.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, your Cinnamon Toast Dunch.
All right. Cinnamon toast.
More like
Gone.
cinnamon ghost crunch because they're
So now we
dead.
only need to cut one more.
Two more.
What?
Tony, we have Tony the Tiger, Crazy Craving, Sugar Crisp Bear, Count
Flintstones?
Chocula, Big Mix, and Sunny Jim.
And Sunny Jim.
Flintstones
Or the
are cut.
Flintstones cut?
One.
Yeah,
Oh, Flintstones are cut. Okay.
Yeah, Leslie's.
So we
you
only
said
have to cut
yabba
one
dabba,
more.
go fuck yourself or whatever.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
True. I think the Flintstones are.
Two,
You're probably missing.
There's only one we
three,
need to
four,
cut.
five,
Yeah.
6. Yes, we have to cut one.
What's
I know
the
you're
one,
go- what are you
what's
gonna
the
say?
one you want to cut, Leslie?
What's the one I want to cut
No,
from?
you would cut from the list that we have left. I can.
I would cut Big Mix.
Big Mix. Angus, what do you think?
It's tough, man. I don't want to cut Big Mix, but he does seem to be the odd man out in this whole situation, you know?
Kind of like.
Didn't have a lot of staying power. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like didn't
Mm-hmm.
like they tried it, it didn't work. It worked for us, but you know, a month from now, are we gonna look back and be like, what is Big Mix doing here? You know?
I would say that.
I
it
can
was
sure as
Sunny
shit say we're
Jim.
not. We're gonna look a month later. We're gonna be like, I'm so glad Sunny Jim's on this list.
Force.
To be clear, though, I am coming around because we've talked about it so much that I'm starting to
Yeah.
laugh at the the idea.
He has his own term.
Yeah, it's called inculcation.
His own
The
peanut
repetition
butter.
comes learning.
Uh,
Okay, I guess I would say if we're not, if we want both Tony the Tiger and Cinnamon, sorry, Sugar
hey, just
Crisp
whatever
Bear,
you're feeling right now. Whatever you're feeling right now, I just want to get a gut check of who people want to cut.
I'm a bit of a chaotic guy here, bit of a mad dog, bit of a a crazy guy.
Yeah.
I would say I'd cut either Big Mix or Tony the Tiger.
Okay.
And I know that's fucking ludicrous, you know, and I don't know how much, I don't know how much that bias is coming from. Tony got the top spot in our other list. I don't
He
want that to
didn't.
affect it.
He did not. His cereal did. We got to separate it.
Got to, as the Offspring would say, you got to keep them separated.
Did they say
You know
that?
that song?
There you
from the
go.
Offspring?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Can
was a
you
pretty
sing
big song. You got to keep them separated.
Oh, now I know it.
Yeah. I would say it's either Tony the Tiger or Big Mix. Just gotta go.
Sam.
Yeah, that's up for me.
And I would say it's Big Mix or Sunny Jim for me. So
Yeah. For me, fucking, I you know what? I love having us all together. I love this group together. I want people to have what they want to have. So I think Sunny Jim has to stay because of that, because I want to keep this group going. There's only, this is the final 50 episodes of Ranked. It would not
That's
be
right.
Ranked without the A team, or I'm going to break it
Wow.
off here. I don't want that. I
Yeah.
want us to endure. So with that, I would cut Big Mix, or you know what? I would cut Big Mix, I guess. It was that or Sugar Crisp
It's
Bear,
tough.
because we were going to
It's
have that
tough.
fight. But I guess I can see them both on this list.
no, it's fine. Big Mix is a big nobody. Bye.
More like a big miss, am I right?
Okay.
Big Mix, hit the sticks.
What does that mean?
Hit the road.
Are roads made of sticks where you come from? You fucking weirdo.
Okay, but that being said, can Sunny Jim be 5?
Absolutely.
Like, what are we
There's
doing?
Okay,
no way.
this
There's
is
no
my take
way
on
he
it.
gets
Okay,
higher.
can I just throw something out there?
Yes.
My opinion, and this is coming from the heart, and maybe Leslie can back me up a bit here because I think I need to. I went up to bat for Sunny Jim early on, Leslie, so I want I want a bit of support here. I think Sunny Jim is number 4.
What?
Oh.
Who's 5?
Don't say Tony the Tiger. You fucker.
Tony the Tiger.
No way.
Tony
There's
the Tiger
no way I
is
support that.
Tony the Tiger is
I'm
so
not crazy about Tony the Tiger either, guys. So he's not going to be top 2. He's
No,
not.
he's
He can't be
definitely-
top 2.
I did not.
Can we
let's
put
face
him
it.
at 3? Can he be 3?
Yes.
I think that-
I would be fine with Tony at 3.
Tony at
What
3.
about
I could
Sugar
ta-
I'm fine, Tony 3.
Sugar.
I think Sugar Crisp Bear is 3. I think he's perfect 3 material.
I think
Got that
we
comfy
need to go
hoodie.
back to Sunny Jim, and he's number 5.
Sonny Jim,
He,
you made it, pal.
Yeah,
Hats
fair
off to you.
He really forced his way into number 5. Okay, fine. Sonny Jim is 5. Sonny Jim is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger 4.
I like him better
A
than
little
the
bit of wiggle
sugar.
room.
You know
I like
what?
him
A
better
little
than the
wiggle
sugar
room. Sam,
crisp
what are you
bear.
thinking? Sam, what are you thinking?
Guys, we're doing the thing where we don't talk about the number one at all.
The 2 that we locked? Oh, 100.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I just want to point that out. That
Yeah.
this is a pattern that we've fallen into.
We don't
know.
have
We don't know.
patterns.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't
We don't
know.
know.
We don't know.
I
We don't know.
think-
You're right.
Fine. Okay, here's the thing. If Tony's 4,
Fuck off.
Sugar Crisp is 3.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm
Tony's
okay with
4.
that.
Okay, I'm fine
Get
with that.
enough of that number 3.
I would just like to add, I won't stop my feet again, but we were this close for Tony the Tiger beating Sugar Crisp Bear onto this list.
Yeah.
In general,
Yeah.
Sugar Crisp Bear
It's
wasn't
crazy
even
how it
gonna
works
make
out.
it.
They're
onto this
still
list.
right side by side.
Okay, can
But
we?
that's true.
But let's.
Sugar
but
Crisp was always in the running
okay,
for me.
Okay.
Can we just?
Yeah.
But can we talk about what does Sugar Crisp Bear have going for him compared to Tony?
I think I
We
can.
should
I
have
think
the
I can
fight.
boil it down.
Yes,
I think I can
please.
boil it down here.
We
The
should.
catchphrase is better. That's
Okay.
for damn sure.
Yep.
Catchphrase is
I
better.
agree. What
Okay.
else?
Okay. We're just gonna do a quick vote here.
Yep.
Show of hands. Would you rather? Okay, we'll go.
Hands down. Everyone hands
Everyone
down.
hands
It's an
down,
audio
hands down.
podcast. Just remember.
So just okay. Would you? Okay. How about this? Okay. On the count of 3. We'll do audio. On the count of 3, I want you to name the character that you'd rather kiss.
Everyone close your eyes.
Kiss.
1. Yes, kiss
'Kay.
or be kissed by.
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
Oh, I kissed both
1,
of them.
2, 3.
Sunny
Crisp
Jim.
Bear.
That sugar crisp, Sunny Jim,
You said-
Probably Sugar Crisp Bear.
and there it is.
He's lovable. He's huggable, and he probably listens to jazz and smokes a lot of weed. And he
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay.
I'm on Sugar Crisp
All
Bear.
right.
Like if
All
I
right.
was
I'm
dating
with
these 2
it,
guys,
yeah.
Tony would always be trying to go out and do shit, and like Sugar Crisp Bear would be like, "Hey, do you want to watch Lord of the Rings again?" And I'd be like, "Of course I do." And we would cuddle on the because he's a little bear. It's the best.
I think he's
I'm
a little
picturing
bear.
Tony the Tiger kind of like Mr. Peanut Butter in BoJack Horseman, like that kind of.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
That attitude.
I can do number 4, Tony the Tiger.
So, 2
Sam?
Count Chocula.
Yes, of course. It was always.
Hang on. Let's just-
oh my god.
Ah, jeez. Okay. I don't want to get ahead of anything because we have not said it for the listeners at home. This A team already knows what's going to happen. Apparently, I also do. I also know too. But we have
I
to
also
talk about.
know.
We have to talk about it. We have to talk
Of
about
course,
it.
of course.
Okay.
It's not a Garfield situation.
It's true. It's true. Let's give it its due diligence. Let's talk about it.
Count Chocula,
Count Chocula
is cool,
versus-
and
Count
he's got
Chocula
staying power.
and Crazy Craving Honeycomb.
Count Chocula has the style over the Craver the hunger.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I'd
he's
say, I
got
don't know if I
style.
agree with that. I
They
like
both
the
have
vibe.
style. They both have style.
I guess they both have their own style, but
Here's where I'd say here's the big differentiating factor for me. Count Chocula is a guy. You know, he's
Yeah.
a guy. He's just a guy, and you see, oh, that's
Yeah.
that guy. He's a vampire. He likes cereal. But
Yeah.
The Craver is all of us.
is all of us. Thank you.
It's
like
true.
It's like Spider-Man. Anyone could be under that mask. Anyone could be nestled
Anyone
deep
could
inside.
be coked up and start fucking growing
Exactly.
fur out of their.
At any moment, one of us could go insane with cravings, you know, via
Okay.
some transplant in their hair, or or some other thing, or some other examples of.
and I'm gonna repost Angus's picture in the chat. Take a look at relook at that picture. That, my friends, is an actual suit. That is a legit
Yeah.
mascot.
That's
That is a
practical
legit
effect.
mascot.
Yeah.
Count Chocula is a cartoon. Cartoons can still be mascots. I'm not disputing that, but
No, of course.
Craver
Yeah.
the Hunger,
I love how we're calling him that
crazy
now.
hunging Cravers.
Craven the
He's-
hunger.
He is an actual mascot. He's a physical thing in the world.
Okay, close your eyes. You're in Times Square.
Oh my god!
There's mascots everywhere.
Sam
posted an amazing picture.
I'm not sure if you're
Yes.
selling me with
Oh
that.
my god!
Love this picture.
Oh my god!
So
for the listeners at home, there is a young woman with her eyes closed, and behind her stands the most unhinged Craver the Hunger. That is just horrifying. That it looks like straight like it could be out of a John Carpenter movie.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, but I would get my picture taken with the Craver, the Craven, the Craver, the Craver. I'd get my picture taken with the Craver.
Me too.
I'd cross.
That would be an amazing picture.
I'd cross the street.
I mean, I would get a picture with Count Chocula too, but the Craver would be fun. It'd be more kooky of a picture.
So Sam, take us home. Sam, what are you thinking?
I mean, I definitely am behind the Craver. I feel like I'm not going to be able to paraphrase this entirely, but a friend of mine shared some art this week of some weird thing from the newer Zelda Tears of the Kingdom game, and it was like kind of horrifying, and we were all agreed that all good art has a little element of horror to it, because there's just so and I feel like the Craver has that element of horror where you're like, this is really fucked up, so I like it.
It's true.
Makes you feel alive.
It feels like something you would see at like 3 a.m. and it's like, what the fuck is that? I'm gonna buy that cereal because that's crazy.
He's
like
a
what a bold
dream.
swing. Yeah, he is a fever dream.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna make my Steam profile picture, which I haven't changed in years. It's been Super Nintendo Chalmers for many years now. At this point, I think I'm gonna make it the Craver now.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's a good.
That's
call.
great.
He's a good mascot. I don't actually think of Honeycomb very often when I see him, but I do like his design quite a lot. It's unhinged. Yeah. We got our list of cereal mascots. I don't know how we got here, but we somehow made it. And number 5 is Sunny Jim.
Yeah! And Jim Dumps was a most unfriendly man who lived his life on the hermit plan. In his gloomy way, he'd gone through life and made the most of woe and strife. Till force one day was served to him. Since then, they've called him
Sunny Jim. You should start doing that. You should clown Sunny Jim. You know what I mean? Like, you should bring that into your clowning act.
Well, I got the mask. I just pre-ordered that on Amazon.
You just gotta grow the hair
through the Amazon affiliate link. Podcover.
Yeah, that's right. Podcover. Tony the Tiger, number 4. Number 3, Sugar Crisp Bear.
Can't get enough of that Sugar Crisp.
Who we all want to fuck.
We all want to fuck.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 2, Count Chocula. I don't know if I want to fuck him though.
No.
I respect Count Chocula too much to fuck him.
Yeah. Too old money.
I just don't.
No. And I don't want to be a vampire.
Do you think his... Never mind. I was going to say, do you think his cum's chocolate? But never mind.
Thank God you didn't say that. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Hey, what do you think? Hey,
and obviously, yes, I do.
You do?
I do
You think
obviously think it is. Yeah,
yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Yes, I do.
And number 1, Crazy Craving. The Craver. The Hunger.
Craven.
Honeycomb. I want honeycomb.
Oh my God. That's our top 5 cereal mascots. We'll do a rapid fire around the horn. We'll go Angus, Sam, Leslie, then me until we run out of mascots. Angus, go ahead. And then we'll just keep going. Just say them and we'll keep going.
Lucky Charms guy.
Booberry Ghost.
Booberry Ghost. I only have one, I think, and I'm gonna drop it in the chat. It's Dr. Sog, who was a villain who replaced the Sog Master as the boss of the Soggies in a 1992 commercial. Dr. Sog creates an army of zombie clones of Captain Crunch in his hideout, the Sog Marine. Dr. Sog.
I'm into it.
I'm into it too.
More than Captain Crunch. That's wild. Okay.
I like it. I
do too. I do like it too.
Toucan Sam. I like him.
Yeah, it's a classic.
He's a classic. I like him.
I was gonna. Captain Crunch was on my
classic.
Love a man in you.
He has a full
Would have
name,
been
right? He has a fucking full name or something.
I can't imagine that's true.
I'm gonna look it up.
Nah, I just like the cereal. I don't know how much I like that mascot. He's fine.
Horatio Magellan Crunch. That's his name.
Magellan? That's so funny. All right, Sam, what you got?
Lame. I got Honey Smacks the Diggum Frog.
Yeah, the Diggum Frog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a smack. I think that was his phrase. Give him a smack.
Diggum Frog. I can't tell if you guys are.
He was recently on John Oliver.
No,
as
it's a real
well.
one.
It's a real one. It's a real
guy.
Okay.
But I don't like
real.
what's the catchphrase? Give him a smack.
Give me a smack.
Give me a smack.
Give me
Yeah,
a smack, I think is.
Is it? I don't know. I didn't look that
Sounds
far into
inappropriate.
Yeah. Leslie. Oh, do you have any more?
That was it. That was it
Dr.
for me.
Sog,
I'm
Dr.
done. Dr.
Also,
Sog.
I remember Captain Crunch had a name because some of us did top 5 captains on this list, and someone
That's
said that.
right.
Yeah.
I was on that episode with you. Yes.
The Nesquik bunny.
The Cheerios bee. I just like him. He seems like a nice guy.
Is he be?
I've got the Cocoa Puffs bird.
Sunny the Coke.
He also had some funny cartoon or like good cartoon animation stuff.
Crunchosaurus Rex. He's part of Cruncharoos.
My last one is the one I learned about today. Fruit Brute.
Fruit Brute.
The werewolf cereal.
Fruit Brute. Yeah. Sam, any more?
Yeah, I've got 4 more.
Go for it. I don't have any more.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Kellogg's Cocoa Hoots, just a really fun owl guy that I really liked. The Mini Wheat cereal guys, also sentient cereal
very
bits.
Cute too.
So they're also little CG guys and stuff. Baron von Redberry, a little weird. He's like a fighter plane German guy, but he's got a fun cartoony like 60s design to him that
he's
I
the Red
enjoyed.
Baron. So he's like a bad guy.
He's the Red Baron. Yeah,
Okay,
he's a bad guy.
cool. Yeah,
but he's like a
guy.
red berry cereal or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. His design is just kind of fun. And then my last one is Cornelius Rooster.
I was just gonna mention him because I forgot. You got to mention Cornelius.
The Cornflakes Rooster is
OG.
named Cornelius.
I'm dropping dropping a pick.
He's a
classic.
He's a
classic and just
absolute classic. Stone Cold OG.
Hey, I could have seen him on this list. Truly,
I could have as well. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
Honestly, he could have replaced Sonny Jim, but it's too late.
Oh, I was gonna say he could replace Tony.
Big Mix.
He's great.
Big Mix had his head, like the top of his head.
I know. I
Coulda-
like briefly
Anyway.
I thought about nomming this guy, but
anyways.
Yeah.
That is our episode on top 5 cereal mascots. Can't believe we did it once again, A-Team. We did it. It felt so good arguing, but coming to the right decision together, which is what the A-Team's all about.
Exactly how I want to spend a Friday night.
That's right. That's right. Angus,
Agreed.
do you have anything to plug for the people at home?
Yeah, if you liked hearing all of us be goofy and stuff like that, I've got another podcast you could listen to called Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. It's like an improvised interview show where I interview characters in like a superhero city. It's a fun, good time. We're coming up on episode 100, so now's the perfect time to get in and try and understand all that rich lore we've set up. So, yeah.
Amazing. I think
and Leslie's
100 would have already passed by the time.
I think it has probably happened at this point.
Great episode.
But Leslie's going to come on sometime and play Sonny Jim.
That's right.
So,
you heard it here
Sonny
first,
Jim has
folks.
powers.
Exclusive. Of course,
the shit. Probably
Sonny Jim and Leslie are the same, but
the same. They're like one entity.
Yeah, exactly.
Leslie dumps.
Thank you, Angus. Sam, what do you have? Sammy Jim, what do you have to plug for the people at home?
Yeah, not Toucan
Tongue.
Sam.
Do not. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, as usual, I obviously plug the Disney Dummies, which is another podcast here at the Pod Cavern. But I would also, less of a plug, more of a plea to everybody, please just watch cartoons everywhere. And
yeah,
show the world
do it.
that you like art and cartoons made by human people. And there's lots of stuff out there. There's that new samurai show on Netflix. There's Scavengers.
There's a cartoon
Reign
for
on
everyone.
HBO Max. Yeah, there's a cartoon for everyone.
There is a cartoon for everyone.
Show your love to the animation field and keep watching it, or just even put it on in the background so it gets views, please.
Amazing. I love that plug. I love it a lot. The Freakies. You can watch that commercial. That was done by some hand-drawn
hand-drawn animation.
Leslie, the mayor of Pod Cavern.
Yes.
Thank
you for having me, Tongue.
You're welcome. I mean, it's your town. It's your beat, you know?
And we just opened that Orange Julius in the corner there of the Pod Cavern, right?
That guy's
I caught
name,
the ribbon
that
on
guy's
that.
That guy's name is Julius?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You opened him right up.
Leslie, what do you have to plug for the people at home?
If you're in or traveling to Toronto, you can catch me in a couple of shows regularly. I have one with my group Soft Ruffians called Unhinged at Comedy Bar. It's the show where we take your dating profile, we talk about it, and then we improvise. And then also I do a duo improvised movie with my friend Sachin Sinha, very funny improviser. We do a show called Run It, also at Comedy Bar, and we are trying to make that a monthly thing. So you can check the Comedy Bar website and see if we have dates for that. But yeah, just go support live comedy improv wherever you are, much like watching cartoons.
I love it.
Yeah.
And for myself, you can find the rest of the shows in the Pod Cavern at www.podcavern.com. Check out all the shows there. Like, subscribe, review it. Let us know that you like audio and podcasting and all that good stuff. And that's it for today's episode. I'm positive the A-Team will be back for another silly little topic in the future. But until next time, we have a message from
I just had a foursome with Snack, Crackle, and Pop.
I completely forgot about those fuckers. Bye, everyone.